There's really no time to think any of this through anymore. It's finally happening. Those Vistani were right about it being soon. I just felt in my soul. But Lyshyra, her blood, it's in the air. But so are a few of my companions. I can only hope that she can finally be dead once and for all. Now, there's a gigantic fiery worm. Rhyvarax is here. I don't know what'll happen. I just want to be able to make sure that this town will be safe, and whatever home and family that Acrio has, they'll be all right and they'll be fine. But there's no time to think about anything else right now or what's happening. Just, if this is the last fight or anything that I experience, I just hope that I'm not a good human. I'm not a bad human. I'm not a regular human, but I guess at the end of the day, no matter what, I still have that drive to be able to help who I can. And hopefully I can do that for once.
When my town was destroyed, there was no one there to stop it. No one there to fight back. No one there to save anyone. But this is different. I can make this different. I can make sure that the same thing doesn't happen to Braylon. For everyone there. So Rhyvarax, come the fuck at me. I'm not afraid of you.
His head isn't even trying to string words together or comprehend what's going on. It's just like you're looking through his square visor, just shaking around, electricity sparking between the visor, shoots to the ground as he gets knocked around, back on Lyshyra. It's kind of this scene where it's always him focused on his goal, and then the eruption happens and the visor kind of jolts away from Lyshyra to see the worm erupting from the ground, and it looks back at Lyshyra and then to his party members, and then turns back to Rhyvarax, and there's hesitation and fear and a desire to run away, but the only words that are strung together is that it has to be done.
It happened really fast. At least to her. So, just wandering around the town with Cillian, and all of a sudden, there's the crazy old man from the mountains, and she's happy to see him, and then it's not him, it's some skin puppet that the witch made. And she's pretty fucking horrified. Lyshyra actually appears, and she starts to panic, gets her sword out, because it seemed to have some effect last time, and not so much this time. So she's pretty much just panicking, desperately trying to keep everyone alive, keep herself alive so that no one else would try and worry about her. But she doesn't feel like there's a lot she can be doing right now except try and take care of outliers. But that's kind of changed now that earthquake worm showed up. So there's just a lot of internal screaming in her head.
I've spent a lot of my life trying to make things simple. And right now, every emotion, fear, anger, confusion, all sort of fades away. It becomes not easy, but definitely simple. Right now, we're just 6 people on the edge of death, And thankfully, that's a place I've been my entire life. And part of me is screaming to keep myself safe so I can keep living for as much as I have. But as the worm erupts, and I look at the best friends I've had in a while, I feel ready.
Several of you had been ambushed by Lashira in the middle of the street after the sun had gone down, with this mist coming off of the river that flows around Braylet. The rest had heard the screams coming to aid and had been starting to make some headway on this wicked, grinning witch and her skin puppets before the ground started to shake. And to the north of you, several blocks away, probably 400 to 500 feet, it's hard to guess exactly, the cobblestones burst, and you see this black, chitinous worm-like, almost like an appendage coming up out of the ground, sticking up easily 10 feet with, in place of a face, this roiling pit almost of fire is what it appears like, with these pincers coming off the sides of it. That's all that you see before you have any moment to react.
Ooh. I need a beer for this, but it's the shittiest beer known to man. Corona
Accurate.
Extra.
Accurate then.
Revito and Son.
Chugging a Revito and Son on my way to dying.
You'll notice that Lashira herself does not seem to even really take notice of this thing bursting out of the ground, devil absorbing the black mana of this area. She's more focused on her personal revenge.
Look at Lashira, look at everyone else, and I'm gonna disengage. Before running, he looks at Lorelei and even Cillian, the stranger that I've just met. I need to go kill her and follow. And he'll just start running for it. And when he passes Amrita, he'll yell to her that he needs her. And actually, I can, as a bonus action, still have the hammer attack.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, yeah, the spiritual weapon, flaming hammer replica of your main one you carry is still hovering in the air. So yeah, you can go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh!
Okay.
Welcome back, bitches.
That's strong.
Hey, that's force, right?
It is
It
force
is.
damage.
Interesting.
That is force.
It is the hurdy down. I'll roll one of those d20s. 14.
Yes.
Not
Ooh.
bad.
Pretty good. Roll twice as many damage dice as normal. Creature is spellbound for the next minute. While spellbound, it makes saving throws against spells with disadvantage, and spell attack rolls against it have advantage. The end
That's
Hey.
awesome.
the creature's
Good
turn,
job. Let's go.
it can make an int save to end the effect, but
It's like the hammer raises up and then smacks into her, and it's like it like parts her into like 5 or 6 different forms of herself, and it just doesn't go away, and there's like a magical ringing that doesn't end.
just as he's then booking it down the street past Amrita. And Asuriel, bleeding out on the street, you've finally managed to kill or decommission this person's skin that Lashira was controlling to try to wrap itself around you, but you're still heavily wounded. What are you doing?
Wait, no, and run up to Lashira, who's gonna attack with that flame blade she's still got.
Does that get advantage because of spellbound? Because that's technically a spell, right?
Yeah, I
It is
did
a-
check. It is a melee spell.
Yeah, it's a melee spell attack, and and you also have flanking, so...
Don't fuck
Lock the
this
bitch
up.
up.
Which?
You can roll it, but you actually don't even need. That will hit flanking or not.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'll just. That's some abysmal damage, but
She does remain resistant due to the pact she has made with fiendish things, but you get a pretty good hit against this figure that's still just like the edges of it. You can almost not even see exactly where she is, but your magic cuts deep with a burst of fire across her. First of all, the skins are going to go. The one that had been in a bit of a back and forth with Lorelei. It does have one of the Vrax ability as a goading familiar, if it should need it.
Stinky.
But neither one is going to work, as it's just reaching out with these arms of skin that are just like twisting. You have your shield bashing that back. You have the angelic flail, this moon silver flail. Every time it comes at you, it's just a desperate swing to knock it back. One of these others will crawl and kind of worm itself across the ground, coiling up like a snake behind Cillian, both of its arms out. And this does have flanking. However, I don't think it needs it.
Oh, fuck.
And for the crit,
Oh,
I don't think that's a huge
crit.
amount.
That's
It's
regular.
just a normal.
Okay. Okay.
So a total of 13.
I'm
Still
down.
alive? Fuck!
Mm-mm.
You can see as it comes up behind Cillian, battering him first in the legs. He goes down on one knee, and then the skin like twists around him. It will, because you can't do anything to escape, you are going to be grappled, and it will be using its crushing embrace, wrapping the flesh around Cillian on the ground. You almost lose sight of him. And he blinded and unable to breathe as he is wrapped up by this thing.
As I'm going down, I just keep looking at Lashira as this thing is falling around me, and I just almost whisper, it won't be you. That'll be the end of me. Get out of my head. Like, go down. Are we doing the thing where I can like move 5 feet
Yes,
around?
so you are not unconscious, but you are prone, you be grappled, blinded, unable to breathe. Being grappled, you won't be able to move, unfortunately, but you are still cognitively aware of everything that's still happening. That changes what she was going to do. Yeah. So she's hit with this massive swing from the hammer. Asuriel comes up behind her, hitting her with this sickle-like blade of white fire. But as all of that's happening, she whips her head around to see Acrio attempting to flee. And Asuriel, you see that she quickly pulls out from her bag of components this live cricket that is just like squirming and trying to get away. She's still spellbound, so the edges of her are still like flickering, like she's a bell that's been rung. But just in the center, it's almost perfectly still as you see her start to pull the wings and the legs off this cricket as she's going to attempt to cast Sleep at 2nd level, centered on Acrio.
Definitely a little horrified by the poor cricket getting fucking torn apart.
That
Total
will put
of
Acrio.
30.
Fuck, because I'm lower health now.
So Amrita, as he's running past you, you feel this wave of lethargy as well, but it doesn't affect you. You're much higher in your health currently, but you see as Acrio just like starts tripping over himself and face plants on the ground, his armor skidding for a moment. as he is unconscious. And
You motherfucker.
without considering Asuriel much of a threat, she is going to begin stepping away from her in Acrio's direction, so you can make an op attack if you would like.
Yes, please. Come
No
on.
flanking on this now, but...
But still advantage, because spell boom.
Oh, yes. And that will hit.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna use
She's
meta magic. What's
resistant.
it called? It would still
Empowered
be better
spell?
than
Empowered spell.
this. Yeah, I'm gonna use empowered spell. I'm gonna reroll all of that because holy fucking shit.
Yeah, 5 on a 3d6 is rough.
Yeah, it's a little better.
Nice, so a total of 11. She is still
Yep.
resistant, kind of shakes it off, but you can see it is... Her cloak is burning, like almost on fire continuously now, as you can see it start to burn and crumble away, leaving her like papery gray skin underneath visible. And Lorelei, you can vaguely perceive all of this going on behind you.
Yeah, I can. I really don't want to do this, but I think this is the best option. Seeing this thing in front of me that I really don't have the time to deal with right now, and also the fact that Cillian just got the hug of death from one, I'm gonna turn undead.
What's the range on that?
About 35 feet, shit.
Could you move one tile?
I
No.
could try and move. I would get an
Nah.
opportunity attack. No, I want to do
Wait.
this. I'm moving.
Wait, it would move away with Cillian?
I don't know if it has really the ability to drag him. I mean, it's fairly strong, but it's more like it's...
I assume when my thought process is when it would turn, it would be like, oh shit, and then just like,
Yeah, they're
Drop
kind of
everything and
compelled
skedaddle.
to flee, not so much
Fair enough.
continue their assault. Should
Yeah.
they fail to save, but yeah.
she's gonna move. She's gonna move away. I don't
Okay.
care if I'm baiting it. I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
You'll just get hit, yeah, just with one of its like, it's not even a fist, it like tightens itself up, twisting up into the air, and almost like this squishy headbutt slams into you as you're trying to run.
I am bloodied now. But yeah, I will turn undead once I can catch both of them. I don't really want to turn them loose, but we have bigger things to deal with right now.
Oh, is that the Cillian one that failed?
Yeah, the one that's on Cillian failed. The one that was attacking you still focused.
That's fine. I don't mind. That's fine.
Yep. But you can see that the one that is on Cillian suddenly like splays out on the ground. You can see its limbs picking up and starting to spider itself away.
And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna bring my own spiritual weapon and just send it like spinning towards Lashira. Like seeing her move towards Acrio, I'm just like, you get the fuck away from him! And
Interpose even.
advantage for me.
It is a spell.
Thank you.
Oh, that is huge.
Hey!
That is huge.
The spiritual,
spiritual
weapons,
weapons.
man.
Yeah.
Spiritual
Okay.
the MVP.
They're
the MVP.
angry today.
That was a D10. I'm sorry. Hit the wrong button. Oh, that's a 5. That's not much better.
So you'll do the maximum result possible with the dice.
So that's 8, and I'm bloodied, so 10.
That's pretty good.
10 force. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Do you
That's better than I usually do.
do you get your spell mod on top of that, or is it just a D8?
I'm pretty sure it's just a D8. Let me check. Let me just roll it. See what it does. Oh, it is plus 4.
14. Damn.
14
yeah.
force damage.
What's it look like when this broken, ghostly shovel flies out from her?
It's like she's reaching out a hand to like try and stop, and just this breath of like cold wind sort of cuts across, and as it cuts, it makes an arc and forms into this shovel that just upside the head.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, Cillian, suddenly you feel yourself able to breathe. The skin had like stretched across your face and was suffocating you for a moment, but It's still difficult, gasping for air on the ground, and I do need you to make a death saving throw.
What a lovely button this is.
Nice.
Success.
Hey, lucky for some.
Currently, the Vrock, up on the eve of the nearby rooftop, is squawking and screeching at this ghostly double twin of this newcomer, Zach, and it's going to attempt to slash at him with its talons as it's starting to make its way flying off.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
And I think that will actually miss, kind of just
hi.
passing through as York easily dodges. It will fly up over the battlefield, so he will York, I believe, can make attacks of opportunity.
Nice.
Yes, that will hit this bird in the back.
Oh.
From the south, you can hear these hooves on the stone and the caw of a raven. Yeah, what's it look like for the old man to make his appearance? What's his demeanor in this moment?
Focused. Not surprised at all. This is something he's been, in one way or another, very much expecting. So he doesn't really look frantic or panicked. There's this very kind of cold, almost calculating demeanor about him as he kind of sends Seagrass out to kind of see if, he needs to watch out for anything. And yeah, he just kind of makes his way to the scene to kind of
And he was
see
expecting
how Miss Fenwick is
the
doing.
appearance of a devil. Instead, he's seeing all these like bodiless shapes of humans, undead skin that are moving, and this long gray-haired witch. So that it's a little off-putting, but you don't even register on his face. And you can go ahead and add yourself to the initiative. At the same time, up the street, Amrita, you watched as Acrio hit the ground and then turned to see the direction he was running, just to see this black thing sticking out of the ground, and its fiery end, where a face should be, just start to belch flame at the nearby house. People start to scream immediately, starting to realize something is going on. You see people running out the back. Just a torrent of fire cascades over this house, and it goes up in flames. You can see the devil start to crawl the rest of the way out of the ground, and like a caterpillar, or almost like a centipede, but with the legs all toward the rear end of it, these arms that are shaped almost more like human arms with hands on the end of them, similar in size to the children you had seen during the sacrifice that brought him into the world. These black appendages just squirming over the ground as head first it slams into the house, and just destruction around it. You see its tail end kind of slither down out of sight.
Yeah, thinking of no words, but just watching everything transpire and the town, she's just going to go in that direction and just kind of shout back at the other members of the party and just be like, try and stay alive and stay back. I'm going to see if I can try and shoot the arrows at Rhyvarax. And she's going to run but still keep her distance enough. How many feet away is Rhyvarax if she goes
He was like
40 feet?
He was like 300 to 400 feet away. It was several blocks down the road. You could see, and as he dove into the house, basically disappeared out of sight. So you've got this moment where you're like, you want to do it, but you can't even see him anymore. And Lashira's moving toward Acrio's body on the ground.
All right, she will move, and if she'll continue running, but she will turn around and shoot an arrow at Lashira.
Just spinning on your heel and letting one fly back behind you. Catch her in the chest. The fire doesn't seem to do much. and the arrow itself doesn't stick as deep as you would like, but you do see the shaft of it sticking out of her like center mass where you'd think her heart would be, as her grin doesn't even fade.
Great. I think the two brothers, since they both can move 30 feet, Zach's gonna move 25 feet here. I'm guessing this guy's still here.
It is, but it is. You can see that it is like engulfing Cillian on the ground, and it also is attempting to flee. It was turned by angelic magics, and the undead elements of it are being like
Okay.
thrust away.
He attempts to flee, then I can get a hit off on him. And York's gonna be right here. And we are gonna double team her. Quick. So, Zach,
What
longsword.
their brothers are known for.
York
They call
is
it the Eiffel
Warhammer.
Tower.
God damn it.
Shut
And
the fuck up.
Manifest Echo, Zach's longsword again. That's my last Echo.
Yeah, both of those for sure. Zach will run up, kind of like try to slash at her. She like twists her body in this unnatural way, almost like going under the spiritual weapon, like this limbo where it looks like her back is almost broken before standing up straight. But the ghost of your twin brother runs across the top of the roof, leaps off with both weapons above, and just crashes them down on her head.
Oh, see that damage. 17 altogether.
It's not considered magical damage though, right?
No, it does not. So I'm guessing, was that 9? No, 8. 8.
Yep. She's looking very rough though. All of these hits starting to cause the blood over her to splatter in multiple directions, just draining down her face. And yeah, Acrio, unfortunately still unconscious. I do not think you can
Up
even
my
roll
turn.
anything.
Nope.
Go up to Cillian. Gonna quicken spell a cure wounds. That is. There is no +2 because that's for damage. You do not.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
still
up.
5 hit points. Yeah, you feel yourself rejuvenated at the just the lightest touch from Asuriel.
Oh,
Yeah, sort of
fuck.
noises of disgust as I'm trying to push the thing that's already fleeing off of me.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna change that to a healing word. But since I already rolled the lowest possible one, can I just stick with this?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a healing word, cause.
Doesn't have to quicken that way.
Yeah, because I don't have. I just have missing 1 sorcery point for that. But yes, attempt murder. The self-defense, legitimate.
Nice.
Oh.
11. Okay, so that's 5. She would just be considered desperate.
Fuck, she's next!
She's gonna fucking kill me!
She's gonna kill
Oh,
us
no.
all! Fuck.
Got some reactions, maybe.
I do... would I still be allowed to do an empowered spell on that?
I mean, do you have the sorcery points for it?
I have 1 sorcery point, which is exactly what I need.
Do it.
Fuck yeah, alright, let's re-roll that 2 and 1.
Okay.
So, 16 minus 8. How would you like to do this, Asuriel?
Nice.
Oh, yes!
Oh my god! Yeah!
So, just panicking, there's Cillian. Give him a quick word of encouragement to get him back up. And then she just runs up behind Lashira and just runs her right through the heart with this flaming scythe. Leave this world alone.
Though her
And-
voice wavers, the intent is clear and the action is precise. What is Zach and York's thoughts as this is happening? So he's like right up in it, seeing this going on.
Zach is like
kind of like ecstatic on like the whole, like he thinks this is like cool, like this is like the first time any of this is on like thrusted on him, so he's like overwhelmed with emotions right now. York is like plain face, he's dead face, like literally. So like Zach's like hyped, York is blank.
One of them is a psychopath. Can you guess which one?
Just excited to be at Comic-Con with all of his heroes.
Yeah.
That's the girl.
Shira falls to the ground, face forward, with this burning cavity in the center of her. The arrow Amrita had hit her with, sticking out the other side, the shaft of it just snaps under her weight. The skins that she was controlling do not seem to falter in their objective. One of them is obviously still turned, starting to try to move its way down the street. However, the other one is continuing in its pursuit of Lorelei. And Zach, in the moment, he can see that this boneless skin doesn't seem to have been hurt at all before it came up on Cillian. And it's up to you whether or not he would do anything about it, if he would even know that the damage to it might alter what the turning was capable of doing. But it is definitely going to attempt to move.
Can I do like a check or anything, or no? Like
You could probably
because
do a
this is, like-
religion check.
Yeah.
I know he's not.
Yeah, he's not
the most
the most
incredibly
bright.
intelligent.
So we'll see. 12.
Oh no. Oh no, he's stupid.
I think at best you would know it's typically ill-advised to mess with angelic magics.
All right, then yeah, I think since he doesn't mess with angel stuff, he'll let it go. But yeah, he won't do the attack opportunity.
It's like he raises the sword, but just hesitates for just a moment as this one comes up behind Lorelei. She's praying and focusing, and blood trails starting to follow her. This skin just like moves its way over it, just smearing her own blood over itself.
None of those will hit.
It will
Nope.
use the goading d6 on the 14. Does 16 hit?
That just hits, yeah.
Just barely able to catch your ankle, and you like almost find yourself tripping before it like wraps around, and you almost feel it like crushing and bruising your skin.
Ugh. And I'm sick of this little shit. I'm tired of your bullshit today. I'll go back to using decompose. And as it's crushing my one ankle, I'm trying to like bring the other one and like kick it.
Nice.
So
Oh,
6 necrotic. I don't think I can get my thingy over here in time, because I think I can only move 20
You're
feet
starting
from
to
it.
see these mushrooms grow over it, the skin wither away between the tendons. Undead things do not bleed, so they do not become bloody, but you can see that it looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
But it
And
is still hanging on.
Is this rock like just hanging around?
It's in flight.
Could my spiritual weapon reach it?
Yes, it's not that high in the air that you couldn't move it up to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will have it move over and take a swang.
These spiritual weapons,
what the
dude.
fuck?
Holy shit.
my god! My shovel is here for murder.
Yes.
That'll put you all in the fucking dirt. No, that's fine. That's
Still
just
a
regular
crit.
crit, right?
Twice as many, dice is normal. Nice.
Rolling
Okay.
damage today. We're so bad at rolling damage.
Double ones, what the fuck?
But as the fragments of this Geistly shovel shoot up into the air and slam into this fiendish vulture, there's just a spray of feathers. It's still alive, but like all of it, a bunch of its feathers, just like it's
I made
molting,
it,
start to
matey.
drift down to the the cobblestone streets, and yeah,
Sorry,
Cillian,
Salty,
you're up.
did I get you with that?
Almost. Still technically prone, but
Last time you said something about Lashira having like hair around her finger and a signet ring. Did Cillian get a sense that were like the anchor point for these things, or was that more?
she also had like a ribbon around one finger and like probably like a thimble or something. Yeah, he could definitely see that she was puppeteering her undead, and why they haven't stopped, that's undetermined. But yeah, she definitely had these devices.
Okay, so I think Cillian is like intelligence of 15, so I think he wants to sever that connection, but then sees they're still running around and realizes it's probably because of the black mana that's everywhere, or that has something to do with it. So he goes for the hand, wants to cut it off, but then thinks better of it and just goes to his friend in need for certainty.
We're friends?
You are capable, if you would like, to grab the Doyle family crest ring. If you just want to.
Oh yeah,
bag it.
yeah. I definitely do want that.
Yoink.
Okay.
We're friends?
So I'll move over here. Still with, of course we're friends. And I try to slice this motherfucker. And I try to offhand slice this motherfucker.
Always the offhand.
Yep.
So the first one goes sort of into a part of the skin that's very rubbery and just sort of bounces back, but the second one stabs through.
You cut off a row of mushrooms that have formed around it.
I get sneak attack, right?
Nice.
Wait.
Zach, you can see that Cillian is not quite as adept at two-weapon fighting. Like he uses both sides of this scissors that he's taken apart, but
His
he's
left hand
working
is
on
definitely not up to the task as much.
it. Yeah.
You learn. There's always points of improvement.
We're all learning. I think 3 of us don't know how to use the weapons that we have.
With a screech, this vulture-like thing, Vrock, will use all of its speed and dash just straight up in the air, no longer tethered as a familiar to the witch and being nearly shattered by the spiritual weapon. It has no reason to stick around and not intelligent enough to have any sense of revenge. It's just gone.
Fair enough.
That poor little chicken man.
Fuck the chicken man. Wait a
No, like,
minute.
it's
Yeah,
like a
you poisoned
cartoon
me.
where it's like a cartoon where all their clothes fall off and they have like heart print boxes on. It's just underneath his feathers, he's got heart print boxes as he's flying away.
Like, help, I'm naked. Oh.
And Voltan, you're up. You can still see this humanoid-like skin going after Lorelei. The Vistani was able to do something about it, but it's still nipping at her heels.
Okay. I will just point a finger and try to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Blast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a poor old man.
Never done anything wrong in my life.
14.
Oh shit!
Yeet.
Was that about rolling damage?
Yeah. Describe what this
Disintegrate.
Eldritch Blast looked like and how it completely eviscerates this skin.
So as Lorelei is kind of trying to fight off this flesh suit that is, trying to kill her, suddenly out of like the corner of her vision, there's just this ray of crackling energy that just hits this thing, seemingly in the back, and as it does so, you see that the magical energy begins to almost disintegrate this creature. It begins to burn it and turn it into ash right in front of her eyes, as Voltan just kind of from afar kind of just looks at her and gives her a nod to kind of let her know.
I always said you were a good addition to the team.
Well, let's get a move on. And yeah, he would probably, move up to these people.
Yep, riding on his white steed. You can see Severus initially wants to chase after the Vrock up into the air, but is called back telepathically, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's not gonna let Segrist chase it. They got more important matters right now.
We are going to effectively drop out of combat for the moment. You're able to wake Acrio up. Somebody can get to him. Whoever would like to do that.
I'll go over to him.
And you see the figure of Rhyvarax erupt out of the ground a little further away, and again start belching fire, spraying out of its face. You just start to hear everywhere in town yells, screams. It's starting to turn into chaos as there's this again low rumble under your feet.
I imagine Amrita will not stop running and just keep trying to get as close as she can to aim and shoot at it, and this time remove the headband, not even caring if third eye is exposed, whatever.
We can't just run in, Amrita.
Where it goes.
We need a plan. We need
He's gonna
something.
destroy the town.
Have you seen that thing?
Ah,
I think we need to keep our distance from it.
we need to keep distance, but I need to get an arrow or two in it. I have these three.
We go together.
Let's follow it for now, see where it goes. If it stops, we might be able to corner it.
Does anyone need healing?
Everyone needs healing.
Desperately.
Maybe,
Cillian.
but I think it might be better to save it for an... I really need healing.
I would say you guys, should you choose to observe for a moment, granted you are going to be watching it tear apart part of the town.
Yeah.
You are able to do an arduous rally if you would choose to do that.
Yup.
So that's up to you. If you want to rush in, you can. If you want to bolster yourself, you are able to do so.
I
looking
think
at Acrio.
Cillian would want to heal, but we'll look at Acrio. Yeah.
He's panicking as he looks between his very bloodied party and Rhyvarax just leveling his own town.
Yeah, the last you had seen was Rhyvarax, maybe 300 to 400 feet away from you. And then suddenly you were on the ground and Lorelei was shaking you awake, and you start to see the elements of destruction in front of you. The witch is dead, but
Amrita,
I'm sure it feels like do or die at this moment.
as I said, I'm the healthiest out of all of us. Just let me go.
Go. We'll catch up.
Here, I'll go with me and York will go with her. York, he's kind of squishy, but he can come back
Just
more than I can.
Stay alive. We'll be back.
Yes.
Just need a breather.
All right.
Acrio, if something happens, the river,
It won't.
there were bodies in it. There were bodies in the river. And that's all she says and just starts running.
Yeah, Zach and York will run with you.
Amrita, you just receive a ghostly message from Cillian, from a random voice. I think not even a message. You just sort of feel him for a second, and then lets you go.
I have prayer of healing.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How long's an arduous rally?
I mean,
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck,
It's not
no.
much. It's not much more. It's up to you.
I mean,
I think those
is
extra 5
two-
minutes are
Is 2d8
Breaking.
plus spellcasting ability modifier worth it?
Nah, I think an arduous rally, and then
Yeah,
Oh.
arduous rally.
So I think if he's gonna destroy things and eat, he might get stronger.
5 minutes is a lot of time for destroying a city.
We don't want to
Yeah.
give him any more quarter than we
Yep,
need to.
okay, arduous rally.
Which is what again? Just the hit die?
Yeah, you can roll your hit dice. You will effectively have average level of supplies because you've been in the city. You've been able to collect some things. However, whatever you roll is halved.
I see.
If you want to hold on to
18.
one in case I can use my martial exploit on you, you can, but don't think you have to if you're desperate.
During this
Don't
time, is
jinx it.
anyone going to do anything about this skin that is still like worming its way down the street, turned by Lorelei's turn of dead?
Voltan would probably just shoot it. Just make sure to, clean up the mess.
Point the Eldritch Blast sideways for maximum.
Yeah. You're sleeping with the
shot.
fishes tonight.
Additionally, Asuriel had utilized the Witch Stone last session. So during the time that you're trying to recuperate, you can all see that her eye starts to get like very bloodshot. There's like involuntary tears running out of it, and she will lose the ability to see out of that eye, which means you'll have disadvantage on perception checks and ranged spell and attack rolls.
Right.
Oh fuck, that's more of a problem.
Because your depth perception kind of is lost.
Yeah.
So
Stop
And you're
using
still wearing a
cursed shit.
splint. Let's not forget
yeah, and
that.
she's also leg is splinted, so she's not able to run as quickly as the
Asuriel
rest
just
of the group.
shows up to the fight all fucked up. It's like, yeah, let's
I
go.
hear no bell.
Good thing Moonbeam doesn't require an attack roll.
Lorelei will turn to Acrio and just yank his helmet off. And like look him dead in the eyes and be like, if we don't make it out of this. And she just kisses him as I cast Shield of Devotion on him. Shut up, Cillian, you're ruining a moment!
Told you.
is like stunned for a moment. We're gonna get through this together. You, I, and everyone else here.
Put his helmet back on.
Alright, everybody. We're ready?
Just as you're saying that,
Fire.
you hear footsteps down the street. People are running, so like it's just chaos, but you can hear almost like these quickened but steady steps, and a voice that calls out, "Acrio!"
Turn around.
You
Why
can
is
see
everybody
Gus
showing up?
with several of his guards following behind him. He's like, "What is this? Did you know this was coming?"
There's no time to explain.
You're damn right there's no time.
Doesn't fucking
like-
matter.
Grabs Acrio by the multiple collars that he has on his armor, pulls him up close. And, "You Cathars might have the angels to fall back on, but we, the guard, we just got ourselves. We're not about to sit on our thumbs just to get nice and stretched out, be fucked by some demon. So tell me what we need to do."
Guess what? It's time for you to be a fucking hero. Get the people as far the fuck away from here as possible. It's all you gotta do. We'll take care of the fucking demon.
We can't make choke points at the gates. People are gonna be falling off the bridge into the water.
Doesn't matter. Don't get them out of town. Just get them away from the fucking beast.
It's everywhere. It comes up here, it comes up there.
What?
What about,
We'll
what
keep
about
you
the church?
distracted.
What about the church?
Who are you
Does it
asking?
touch the church?
Just-
Gus.
Just,
Yeah.
just
He'll
giving a
look over.
suggestion.
No, I don't think so. Shouldn't be able to.
Get him to the church.
We can't let this whole town burn. I need, starts pointing to the guards. Get buckets, get to the wells. We need to make a line.
Voltan will just kind of look at this guy.
If you don't get these people to safety like your brother asked, there won't be much left anyway. There's no use in putting out fires for all the people here undead. Suggest you listen to him. Unless you want to turn this into a ghost town.
He and the other guards, rather than attempting to engage the devil, will start herding people as best they can toward the church. Amrita and Zach, as you're trying to chase down this black worm-like thing, you can see for the most part it like stays coiled up kind of like this, like a cobra almost moving, with these little hands on the back part of its worm body shifting along the ground, like multiple rows of them. but it doesn't seem to move very quick until it will like belch flames at something, eviscerating anything in its path, and then the pincers on the front of its face will dive down, hit the stone, and you see it quickly like zip into the ground as if it can move incredibly fast through the earth, and then it's gone, and you don't know where to go before it finally erupts through someone's house to a burst of screams.
Zach would actually see the third eye now at this point, this goat's eye that's rapidly moving around. She's trying to pinpoint, to calculate the patterns and the exact movements. Is there a way to calculate when, before he goes under to try and shoot at the aim or distract him in any way? Or does it look like there's a pattern being made?
What you can determine is, while it becomes blacker and blacker with every bit of destruction around it, it is still essentially a devil, and they are pure chaos. There's no plan. It's not even really thinking, it is devouring. And it's hard to get a bead on anything as it's just ripping through the town of Braylet. And the way this is going to work, if you guys would like to attempt to do something to aid in rescuing the town itself, we can do a skill trial, and for every success you will get, and I mean every success, not just reaching the goal, you will get 1 hero point.
How many fucking hero points are we gonna need? Holy shit.
I think the answer to that is yes.
Yes. Everybody gave a recap. We already have a hero point or inspiration.
Let's be hero.
Which you can use either in combat, or at the climax of this, there will be another option to use them, which it will be revealed in time.
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Is
What
there
would
a
your
chance
characters
if we
do?
engage it directly for like the people to be saved anyway? Like if it goes well? Like is the
Possibly.
I think we don't engage it, we take away its food supply by getting the people out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Skill trial it is.
Mhm.
All right.
Go!
Helping people.
Helping people.
Fuck.
I know, this is...
Fuck. Okay, I feel better now. I had to just like drop a couple of flowers.
We will.
Know what Acrio's good at. I've literally never done a skill trial as him.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, it's just been a while. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go start on red, and we'll go with strength.
Oh, I should use what I have
All
in
right.
my path of devotion to end with.
Okay, so coming up near one of the recent houses that Rhyvarax has probably destroyed, where York and Amrita are, she will try to use her strength to move some rubble off of a person.
Yeah, just in the nick of time as part of this house is beginning to collapse, you dive in front of some of it, just using yourself to shove it off, keep it away from people.
All right, and I'll probably go to green next.
Cool. That is 1 hero point. You do not have a max for this, but keep in mind you can use them once per turn, and there will be something at the end should you possibly need them, but it's up to you. And what is going through Zach's head right now is this isn't even his town. He's just kind of passing through.
Yeah, he's like, when he was like excited about fighting the witch and all that stuff, you see it be like more shocked and be like, oh, this is what fighting a fucking fiend or devil is like. Okay. And he'll, seeing that they can like reach the devil without it like popping in here and there, he'll follow Amrita's move and help people, and I guess drag someone out of danger if they're like unconscious or something. So
Sure.
I'm guessing athletics.
Sure.
All right, that's a guaranteed one. Yep. I'm not even gonna try and go for the boon. I think I'm just gonna go for a goal. He is not good. He is not good with skills.
No skill monkey.
No.
But
He's
you can all
fighting.
see as Zach leaps into this pile of rubble, the duplicate twin, pries itself out of the back of him once again, and the two of them kind of start to pick up this body and carry it out, getting the person onto the street, trying to wake them up.
First up, inspire a bit of hope, trying to get everybody to stop panicking and follow him. We'll start with a religion check.
That is a success.
Shouting and ushering people to follow him.
Displaying the symbols of the church, yeah.
Yeah.
People will rally around the symbol of a Cathar. They haven't had one here in a while. So seeing the angelic symbols, your shield with the radiant sun of Gisela on it, and the Forge Master's hammer of the heavens, people start to follow after you instinctively.
Yeah. Just shouting that the Church of Avacyn will protect us.
Just gonna go for stealth, trying to stealth some people out of the way of this fucking monster thing. That's should go anyway. That wasn't supposed to be an advantage.
But it was
In either
Kill a
case,
12.
yeah, it's on the one hand, it's not hard to avoid it. On the other hand, it's you've got this group of people and you're trying to make it to the church, and just as you're about to round this corner, the street erupts and you see the face of this devil, or what should be a face instead is just peering into a volcano. You shove everyone back and get them moving the other direction, and Rhyvarax turns and moves away from you.
I'm going to try and use stealth
it's back.
to try and guide people while keeping light footfalls, because if he seems to be burrowing underground, you don't want to make too much noise on the ground to draw his attention, maybe. That's her reasoning behind that. So just keep quiet footfalls as she's trying to lead people to safety. Oh.
Still a success.
Am I having
But it's not heavy
Yeah,
armor. It's
I'm sorry.
actually it's just brigandine, which is
Yeah.
medium, but it's still, you have disadvantage on
Yeah.
stealth.
But
It is still a success. However, I think because that was her intention, I will let you know it does seem as though when you move, you can start to see pieces of the street start to move and crumble up like a mole burrowing underground in your direction. And then when you stop, it seems to divert course, but it does seem to recognize tremors above it.
I figured.
He does the thing first that he does first in most situations, which is listen to the geists around him. And I sort of imagine, if this works out, that they indicate that Rhyvarax is going to pop up somewhere, and remove someone just before he bursts out of the... so that's an Arcana check for me.
Do it. Yeah, Reigen and a bunch of your relatives, it's almost overwhelming. They're just, screaming at you, and you can see them almost appear in different places on the ground as beacons, just flashes in front of your eyes. And as you notice it's coming, dive and catch someone, pushing them out of the way just in time. It's almost the way the guys can use an augury, but it's all happening very quickly. There's no practice to it, but you just have to react.
Cool.
And Voltan, what's his thinking here? Does he even really care about the town, or what's his goal?
Nah, he doesn't care about the town itself. But seeing as he needs to make sure that Lorelei is, getting through this unscathed, he's might as well do it and, keep up appearances. So he's going along with it. He will use a sleight of hand to basically kind of unlock any doors he finds, any obstacles, to kind of allow people to kind of make their way through like different paths towards the church to kind of allow them to have multiple routes to kind of avoid them, getting to a choke point or some shit like that.
Yeah, he had kind of observed the town throughout the day, probably taken a note of a lot of this in advance. Yeah. So yeah, and sticking close to Lorelei, making sure her group is able to get where it's going.
Yeah,
you've got another Cathar friend.
Hey.
As you're all moving through the streets, directing the flow of people, houses are starting to burn. Acrio, you're the first to notice, being Zach too, familiar with these shifts in the ground that happen in Stinsia. The mountain range moves. You feel just this low rumble that's not coming from Rhyvarax. He's off somewhere, like diving into a building. The rest of you then start to feel it, but you look over your shoulder into the night sky and see the Ashmouth just start spitting fire and raining hell in the distance as the volcano erupts.
Oh, fuck.
It's far too far away to make a difference to Braylett, but it is significant as an event in the world.
St. Helens just blew, man. Fuck.
And
Ashmouth is supposedly dead, right? In the
it's
people's
the Ashmouth
minds.
is the point where most demons are said to enter the material world from the hells below. So any eruption usually means demons are coming. It's been dormant for so long because Avacyn had kept everything at bay, and now she's been gone long enough. It's a bad omen.
Oof.
Ooh.
Wow, thanks for all of that. Fuck you. Anyway,
A lot to unpack.
I'm gonna investigate and try to look for some water, just to help with some of the houses that are burning. So, yeah.
You find several houses around the well, primarily one of the central wells within the city. A lot of the water comes from their natural creek that flows around it, but there are, in addition, some wells that have been dug and possibly tap into that flow. And yeah, you can direct some of the guards who are assisting to grab buckets and start sloshing them on the burning houses.
I am kicking myself for using athletics super early, but let's see. I guess Zach, you know how people, like, even like in times of crisis, they would go and try and gather things that they don't really need at the moment? He'll intimidate someone, or maybe a few people who are like trying to rush back into their homes, trying to get something, like,
Sure.
yeah. So
Yeah, people just trying to, grab personal belongings, and you're just like, it's not worth it, but we'll see how the roll goes.
Yeah. Luckily, I do have something if this is... Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't need to roll. Okay. Oh, well, there's the second roll.
Either way, how does he go about this? Is he just yelling at the top of his lungs, or is there a ghost helping him out?
There's a ghost helping him out. Zach's awkward about it, but York is like a ghost, so he'll freak him out.
Yeah. Get people moving. Yep.
Right. He'll probably be like, you need to move now, and then you see like a part of York like kind of like come out of his face pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Comforting.
Yeah.
Kind of giving his like rotten undead visage of blue for a moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get people scurrying.
All right, Celebrimbor.
So I will use my persuasion, like somebody, a child or an adult, whoever, just like hiding in a corner, just Acrio bursting in through the door, and then kind of comforting them, being like, we're here to help, there's hope, just come with me and we'll get you to somewhere safe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coaxing people out of their homes that haven't been destroyed yet. People like starting to cower, like flipping a mattress and trying to hide under it, just to not be seen. You're like, no, that's not going to work. You need to
Nice.
All right. Yes. Sorry. I was planning on something. It was not a Constitution check. It was.
Gideon Hawthorne.
Intimidation, but what the fuck would she do?
The most intimidating out of all of us.
Walk around and find out and roll.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do intimidation.
Asuriel swears.
We're doing better at this.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She was scary.
You know how we talked about her actually being a demon?
There's only
But
one
no,
thing more scary than a devil. A fucking
child.
demon!
We'll say that you head toward the gates where, as Gus predicted, there's just a choke point of people shoving into each other, like trying to get out of the city. And yeah, just screaming at the top of your lungs like you're trying to pull people away and just telling them to get to the church if they want to live. Something about your presence, everybody just like takes a step back. There's almost this moment of silence and stillness as the city is starting to go up in flames behind you. People have been pushed out into the water and they're like climbing back up onto the bridge. The ones who are outside just keep going, but the crowd that is clustered up there, unable to move, just quickly darts in the next direction. And you actually get 2 and can move 2 spaces ahead.
Ooh, boon.
We are guiding people along. I don't really know if this applies, but it works in my head, so I'm just going to say it and we'll see what happens. I would like to use my survival as we're kind of, because I imagine there's a lot of smoke around now that there's a lot on fire. Yeah, she's going to kind of think back in Korsava when we were in that burning building and how much that sucked. So she's going to help people cover their mouths and noses with cloths to stop them breathing in any smoke as they run.
People are already out of breath, and so yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah, just like let's not die of suffocation while we survive the demon, shall we?
Yeah, people start just tearing off their sleeves, like handkerchiefs held over their face, anything they can, and like keeping people low as the smoke is obviously billowing upward. And they're not crawling, but you keep everybody as low as they can, moving quickly.
Yeah.
I want to use stealth. I know you said Rhyvarax doesn't really... I want to, like, if Rhyvarax has someone cornered or is about to attack a house, I want to make a lot of noise, throw some shit over to try and attract attention, and then stealth away to try and save the people.
Sure.
Oh.
That's bad. That is bad. Oh, that's good! That's the first time the good things happen.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, sometime within the next 10 minutes, you can ask the Geists about a specific course of action that effectively is an omen like the augury spell. You don't have to use it immediately, but yeah, as you're making this ruckus and then trying to dart away, you can just see the neck of Rhyvarax start to twist and stare in your direction. There's no eyes. There's no actual face, but it's just locked onto you in this moment. As, yeah, you have to deal with that. Luckily, the people do kind of get out of there, but it's because the devil is focused on you.
You know what? That could have worked better. We'll fix it. It's fine. Next person, please.
We'll fix it in post.
Voltan will probably also go with intimidation. For him, it's more of he's just doing this, because has to, and probably with like people going around panicking and, not thinking rationally, eventually he's gonna get pissed off and just, start fucking telling them, go to the fucking church if you want to live, otherwise you're gonna fucking die. Old man swearing at people.
Old man swearing seems to do the trick. I'm sure he can shoot off some blasts of this white energy that then fades to black and get people moving.
Mhm.
Shoot the street under their feet. Make them dance.
Mhm.
Make them dance.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, "Ha or be yeed."
Okay. If it looks like somebody might be bleeding out, she will try to help wrap their wounds and do a medicine check.
Yeah, there are definitely people with burn marks.
Uh-oh. No, wait.
That is just enough.
Oh.
Nice.
You are not trained especially well in this sort of thing, but you know just enough to get people back and moving.
All right. I need to roll above a 12. I won't, but if anybody's can't really brave any of the flames or anything, Zach will try and take the brunt of the any smoke or flames for them so that they can get to where they need to go. So Constitution check. Come on 12, come on 12, come on 12. Never mind, 20. Fuck. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I think that gets me to the goal.
Oh, you get to the end.
It does, yeah. You can brave the heat, you can brave the smoke, holding your breath for what feels like an inordinate amount of time. It's like everything slows down around you as you're starting to pull people along. You can see the church in your sight. There's waves of smoke hitting you and you're moving through them. You can still feel York pushing you on. And then as you get to the gates of the church, you finally take this deep breath where there's no fire around and oxygen hits your lungs with this crowd behind you.
Nice.
Damn.
And you will gain a point of inspiration as you meet the goal.
Dope.
Okay. I'm gonna try and do one of those athletics checks, which I will get an extra D4 on. I will not need it. I'll ask your approval for this, but I'm gonna. Can I flavor my athletics check as Acrio running into the same street that Cillian is, seeing Rhyvarax lock eyes with him, and then running up, grabbing Rhyvarax and suplexing them onto the ground until they run?
So kind of. You run into this massive worm, black plated chitin. As you try to slam into him, he's as big around as a horse, if not a little bit more, probably 20 feet long. But Cillian, as you're seeing it looks like a viper going to strike, not so far away from you, suddenly you see Rhyvarax get yanked back, not quite ripped to the ground, but just start, the head piece of it fling through the air, whipped back, and you have just enough moment to duck around the corner as Acrio has bear hugged this thing. Acrio, as you're around it, you feel not only the intense heat, it's like grabbing a burning building itself as you grab it, and you can feel it through the metal of your armor, but you also feel this ache in your joints and your bones. You just feel this pain, and you have to move back for a moment as the devil is now more aware of your presence. But yeah, Cillian is no longer a target.
Oh no, the demon can give you arthritis.
Oh no, it's the old person.
It gives you
demon.
bonitis.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It gives you a boner.
Some
Wait.
milk.
Asuriel, you can roll a d20 plus your proficiency, DC 15.
All right, let's try this.
Aw, get it.
Yeah.
Boy.
Cool. Noted.
What's the DC 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it.
Whew.
Lorelei.
Right. I am going to do a dex save to just tackle someone out of the way of some fallen rubble. Just gonna grab them and yeet. Yeet!
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, just as the
What a
eve of a
kid.
building is about to collapse on this small child, you see the frantic ash-covered, dirty face of this young boy, and for a moment it looks like Lahed, and you just instinctively react.
Yeah. Like, full on. I'm gonna carry that kid. This is my son now.
In that moment, where for a second there's almost a certainty that Cillian is gonna die, and he sees Acrio, realizes that Acrio doesn't know who he is right now, so that this for a complete stranger, and for a second gets the same urge as Lorelei just a second ago, just sort of understands where it came from, and then I want to use my investigation to first get the fuck out of there, find a way out, and then to try and find some stuck people or something.
Yeah, find a safe route.
Hey!
Jesus
Okay,
Christ!
Yeah. Moving with deft speed, you have a good sense of urban environments, more than a lot of Vistani, because you've spent your time on the road, but also since leaving the Daughters of Miasma, hang out in Nephalia for the time you did, you kind of get a sense of the way towns are built and alleys and streets, that layout, and yeah, you're able to catch a few people who had gone down a blind alley, and you get them out and moving in the proper direction.
Awesome.
He would probably use arcane, kind of trying to determine if there are like any paths where the black mana isn't as potent, almost as if like trying to find the easiest way out of a net, and he would probably start directing people there to kind of make sure that they, don't stumble into demon worm Fireface.
You can get the sense Rhyvarax is almost creating a trail of negative mana where he has absorbed some of it, and as ironic as it seems, you start directing people right past where he has gone, over broken streets where he has already made a path, because it doesn't seem like he's going over the same place twice, if not often, if ever.
No nourishment left.
Yeah.
Playing snake.
Okay,
Amrita,
roll
at
that
the
D20 in proficiency.
top of the
Okay.
round, you are moving through the streets, you are helping people with medicine, you get someone moving, and you go down one alley, you still got the eye exposed, you're not even thinking about whether or not anyone is going to react to that. But you see coming down the opposite alley, the mustachioed Vistani you had encountered after Django, with his own red headcloth tying back his hair, this walking stick. He doesn't appear armed, but for that hunting knife you had given him almost as payment, which he takes out of his belt, and you see him just fling it through the air in your direction. It sticks in the wall. There are a couple other Vistani behind him, and you look over, see the knife hit the wall, and attached to it is like this small purple velvet bag, like a coin pouch almost, with gold ties attached to it.
Looks at it quizzically, but we'll, I guess, go ahead and grab it.
You grab the knife in the small pouch. You look back, and rather than this gnarled wooden walking stick that he had been using, it seems to have taken the shape instead of this cane, and you see his posture shift as he stands up straight. His mustache kind of like melds back into his face. Instead, there's this immaculately trimmed beard, just kind of salt and pepper gray, slicked back hair. His tattered Vistani clothes turn into this suit of black blues and trimmed in gold, and in the place of Manfred Vistani you see Remus Abel approaching, just tapping his cane along the street. As he gets probably within 30 feet, the others behind him, flanked on either side, he just looks around at the destruction. Everything is going exactly as planned for once.
When this is all over, I've still planned to fucking kill you.
Yes, we will get to that, but first, there's devil on the agenda.
Oh, this fucking bastard. I hate him. I hate this. Oh. Yes.
And for the moment,
Mm.
you need me as much as I need you. I'm not sure if you're aware, a demon, a devil, they are made of mana. This one has absorbed quite a bit. Kill it now, it will reform. It will come back after you in the hills, but I have access to a means to destroy it permanently. But I need time. Keep it off me. That witch chose a good spot. Meet me there. Draw the devil. Bring Rhyvarax to me. Kill it. We will end this. And you see him reach into his bag and pull out this iron mask that he fastens to his face. Begins flipping through the pages of this massive tome that he has at his sides, while the two Vistani next to him, one of them will take a scarf and tie it across his face, the other one this masquerade mask, and puts that on to cover his visage before the trio of them head off in the direction where you had faced Lashira.
She will rage inside, but try to push it back, and I do not get the boon.
Unfortunately,
That's how angry she is. She doesn't get the boon.
That's my favorite
you said
NPC,
the phone.
Jake. I love him. I hate him,
He
but I love
sounds.
him.
Who's the guy that plays the German in Django?
Christoph Waltz, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You
going for.
sound
is,
like
King
him.
Schultz from Django. Coincidentally, in Django's party, that was not planned, but
Oh, right.
Django's Vistani's group, that was a coincidence.
I was wondering why Manfrey was there. That was confusing.
Hey!
Nice.
Okay.
By the way, since Acrio and Lorelei are on the same token, while this boon is happening, he spots Lorelei, goes over, and he's like, "Thank God you're okay. Just keep doing what you're doing." And he gives her a hug and then runs back off.
In that moment, you hear in your head this voice like ringing glass or a soft brook over smooth stone just say, "I'm on my way."
Oh shit! No.
And Asuriel, you're up.
You
Oh, no.
kissed Acrio, she's coming to kill you, man!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's not here to help.
Patrol's on her way.
You have summoned.
So you have chosen death.
All right. I'm gonna do a religion check. Which adds that nice little D4 to it.
Yep.
Yeah, boy.
You can see that not only is the church unaffected, hallowed ground, there are other places in town, other consecrated areas, and you can see that as the churchyard and the graph are starting to fill up with people huddled together, you're like, there's not enough space. So you start pointing people to these other areas that are unaffected by black mana, that have been consecrated.
Nice.
Even things like the town hall, which is officially a church building, that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Please give me the boon. No. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
that's
plus
only
yeah, even plus proficiency, that's
14.
one shot.
Close. But yeah, you see as Acrio's running off, and you're left to handle yourself after that.
That boon was.
And since I'm on the same square, I sort of arch my eyebrows at her as that happens.
just stared daggers at him.
Boon, please.
Here comes that boon. No.
Oh,
Keep in mind though, you still have your augury, which you can use at some point, but nothing else.
I guess the 10 minutes is pretty, this is going to take more than 10 minutes.
I'm
want-
allowing stuff that this is kind of a nebulous time space, so you'll have it to use.
Okay, so now, since we're in saving people mode, I think using it, I just want to know if the church is the right place to gather people? Are we doing the right thing right now?
You would definitely get the impression that Rygan is like, it's no other option. It's the best we've got.
Okay, thanks. It just feels like the obvious place, you know?
Sometimes obvious is best, unless things are gonna get very crowded for me here.
Let's hope not.
Nope.
So close. But yeah, same thing. You can move on.
You know what? I'm gonna say that if somebody is banging against the door and the door is locked, she will try and use her thieves' tools to open the door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck yeah!
Oh.
I'm saying fuck a lot today, but
Today's a fuck kind of day.
We need
really
some
is.
kind
It
of
do be
release.
like that.
Oh, I'm back up. Okay, we're doing a little bit of insight with like fewer and fewer areas that Rhyvarax is popping up because he's already eaten in those areas. Acrio is just like not even thinking about it, just kind of some holy instinct telling him where to and not to go. So I will roll that with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I will progress.
Indeed you will. Yeah, you get a similar sense as Asuriel had noted that there's other places in town that are consecrated, perhaps not as strongly, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And speaking of Asuriel, speak of the devil.
Yeah, but
No, demon.
Persuasion.
Gotta keep it.
Persuasion. Let's go. Ooh. Am I able? Can I use inspiration for that? Also, ignore that +3.
If you've got inspiration and would like to spend it for this, you may.
I will spend it. I do have it.
If you're about to immediately get another, yeah.
Yup.
Worthy sacrifice, yeah. First you had kind of intimidated and scared people, but now it's more of a leadership, but kind of a leading from the rear sort of thing, where you're not like out in front, but you're in the group of people, and it almost feels right to be amongst the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna moon silver flail. She's gonna try and like use this flail to like bust in a door that's like, you know, too hot to grab the handle, so it's just like we're just gonna bash it in. Okay, so that is moon silver flail. Oh, that's a +2. Good for me. 13. Ah, one short. Fuck.
So close.
Can I spend a
Burn
hero
it.
point on that?
Is it
Sure.
worth it?
Why not? You'll get another one right back. So yeah, it's kind of a negative for now, but gets you closer to the goal. So sure.
Yeah, I want to do that. So, and I'll just click it just to bring it down. Yay.
Yep.
I want to use acrobatics to climb up to someone in a burning building that needs help and like grab them and swing from like a chain that's used to pull these stuff up.
Swing
That's the
from
plan, at
clothesline.
least.
Oh.
So you go to do this. As soon as you grab onto this chain, you realize that it is incredibly hot, which it's not quite like red hot fire, but it is hot, and you find yourself like sliding down it. Just, you know, it almost like tears the skin off your hand as you're doing this. The people are better off for it, but you're not quite.
I will make a range spell attack. Either if he sees like any remnants, like any weird ass Rhyvarax legs or anything else like showing up, he's probably blasting that to kind of just keep it, you know, below ground. Or if there is nothing of that sort, he's just trying to clear any sort of barricades by just, you know, blasting through them and, you know, clearing away so that people can move through. Hiya, no.
You're causing destruction, but it's not quite helping as much as you would have liked. Every time you aim at the devil himself, Rhyvarax doesn't even seem to take notice.
she is going to use athletics to try and avoid some of the falling rubble herself, and fire just try to get around it Oh, fuck.
Running out of steam.
Oh,
In this moment.
stumbling right at the end.
Yep.
Yep. This is how
However,
it
that
always
is
goes
only
for
one.
me. Yep.
Acrio, you are very close. I will say Lorelei had gotten to one of like the meeting hall or something, and that's what she was able to like bash the door in to get people inside.
And as like Acrio follows in behind her, he feels Rhyvarax wanting to follow where he is. That when he grappled the demon, it didn't seem to like that, and now as it comes back towards him, he's just gonna use a spell slot.
Okay.
Not quite Shield of Faith, but like kind of like an AoE just blast of white mana over the town hall to deter it from eviscerating all the people and Lorelei behind him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that will be a success as you're able to ward and abjure this location even stronger. However, as the face of Rhyvarax like peeks around this burning rubble, and Acrio, you start to see it as you're going inside and like doing this prayer, you know who's coming. Lorelei, you look behind you and see this as Rhyvarax like rears up, and you see these little hands on the back side of it moving it forward. You just hear this rumbling voice say, "Thief, not for you."
It's not there for you, my boy. I'm gonna just pretend I didn't hear that because I have things to deal with in front of me right now. I'm gonna see if there's anyone that like has maybe fallen right before making it in, and I'm gonna just try and like quickly assess like if they're injured or if they're just exhausted and help them up and in without further injuring them. I'm gonna do that with a medicine check.
Yeah.
Yep. You can definitely see people have been trampled, people have burn marks, and yeah, you can help salve them with some of the healing components that you were gifted by Val, and help cover up some of their burns and such.
Yep.
Get people moving back to the final leg of safety.
We're just going at his main thing then. I think it's time. Persuasion, baby. I pivoted. I don't think he's in calming down mode. I don't think he's in making people feel better mode right now. I think he's in saving people mode.
Yeah,
so
and
I think it's
there's that.
direct
there's also,
and
yeah, there's also the town guard who are still trying to put out fires as they're cropping up.
Oh,
There's
that's
lots
a
of
great
things
one.
going
That did
on.
cross my mind, but I totally forgot about it. Yeah. I want to try to use persuasion to. I'm gonna avoid Gus, but to try and get the people under him at least.
Sure.
In a not a panic, but an intention mode.
Yeah, a little more coordinated. That will work. And yeah, you start to get people a little more lined out. All these town guard are frazzled. They haven't dealt with anything like this in forever. So yeah, and even though you are equally hectic, you have that voice and that way of getting through to people.
Voltan will probably try to kind of weave through the crowd to kind of make it to a point where he can start directing people.
He gets caught in the crowd. The unfortunate part of growing older is that his bones ache, and as much as he looks up to Stigris trying to get a bird's eye view ahead to direct him, he gets caught in people heading the opposite direction.
I have McFarlane.
Alright, so after Amrita probably gets cut off by some fallen rubble and flames, she's going to kind of use the assistance of the eye to look for a different path, a way to get out that looks open and that is not covered in anything with rubble or flame.
With advantage with the eye's assistance.
Okay, thank God.
That will do it.
Nice.
Papa!
You had been cut off from the rest of the party as everybody had scattered, and now you're able to kind of reconvene, figure out where everybody's at, and inform them of everything that's going on. Cillian and Voltan are the last up.
I've been trying to think of a creative thing for sleight of hand. It's tough. Can I grab some much needed supplies and bring them to the church as quickly as possible using sleight of hand?
Or you can certainly try.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, successfully, like you can see through a house that's starting to collapse in on itself, supplies that have been in a cabinet that you know you need to get to, but it's blazing hot, so you kind of have to get through them and like grab and go quickly before you burn yourself. And yeah, you are quick enough to do so.
Down at the church, exhausted.
Probably just trying to keep pace so that he, doesn't run out of breath. For now, yeet, yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're gulping in smoke and having to push yourself quick as you can on your old legs, but you're making better time. You're probably able to find your horse at this point, climb up on the back of that, and with one final check to make.
Yeah, now with like him on his horse, he would kind of try to direct the flow of people, kind of watch out for any stragglers, and kind of just try to manage the crowd as best as possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, from an elevated position, and with your bird kind of like swooping down to assist, get people the last vestiges of stragglers out of the streets. And there's this moment where everyone goes inside and you kind of like look out over these burning buildings. Everything is almost quiet before there's like this crackle as part of a building like falls in on itself. It's just smoke and billowing orange clouds, sparks everywhere. Zach is standing at the edge of the graph. People have huddled in not just to the church, but any sacred piece of land they can find, including the graveyard. People are huddled around the markers of their departed loved ones. While he's at the edge, sweat drips down your brow, that you rub that black mark across your eye, and the ash just smudging your face makes it even bigger looking as you're trying to watch out for the rest of this group that you had met just earlier in this day. You can see the old man, the Cathar on horseback. Cillian suddenly bolts down the street with this bag of supplies, getting them to the people as quickly as possible. He doesn't even have time to administer them. He's just like trying to hand out as much medicine and bandages and, basic rations that he might have been able to conjure up for anyone, telling everyone to stay put. Asuriel and Amrita converge from opposite locations, and as they approach, suddenly you can hear the heavy clanging sound of someone running in armor as Acrio rounds one of the bins, like just dragging Lorelei behind him as quickly as possible. And on their heels is this fire-faced devil, partially ascended to demonhood, and as you hop the fence onto the holy ground, the being just stops, plunges its face into the stone ground, and burrows under the earth once again.
We're just gonna look at them really quickly as they all get.
Okay.
I want to say this fast, very quickly.
Words.
She's
Say
like
them now,
troubling.
please.
No. Listen. Remus and them are here. They were with the Vistani. He was disguised as one of them. He said something about bringing Rhyvarax to where the Shire was. But they're here. Thought that would be.
What do you mean he was
where
with the
most of
Vistani?
it is. He was disguised as one of them. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or maybe some of those were working with him.
You hear a bit of commotion as you're saying that Remus and the others are here. A pair of people from the graph you see suddenly hop the fence back out into the streets, and both of them put masks over their faces as they disappear around a corner.
There, they just went that way.
Those were not Vistani. Those were typical Braylett-looking folk.
They had similar masks, like those two that just ran that way. It's where Lashira was. He said to... I don't know what else to do.
Why did it take him there?
Said it was like the only way to destroy the essence there to make sure it doesn't come. It was the best solution.
We should lure it away from the church.
We can't stay here. It wants Lorelei. Don't know why, but
I stole its power, remember? I'm a
It has
thief.
to be because of the runes on her arm.
Stay away from Remus, Lorelei, please. I don't know what he's planning.
I don't know either, but right now we're on the same side. We can deal with him later. And I promise you we will deal with him later. But right now, if we have to work
Just
with
please.
him, we will.
We need
all right, no more talking. We go. And
We
if
go.
Acrio
No.
hops the fence.
Now.
We are.
And Amrita will do the same.
Top fence.
Asuriel.
like just a leg hanging off the side, like.
Also would probably watch all of the rest kind of head, up ahead, pondering.
So that's his plan. Well, let's get to work.
And seeing as he's behind the rest, he's just gonna reach into a satchel on the side of his horse and pull out the mask, kind of put it on before moving behind them.
Everyone's eyes forward don't even see this. You guys can go ahead and place yourselves on the map where you would like to be. But first, as you enter this little cross section of streets where the scarecrow of Old Gage had been erected, you can see houses on fire. The tree on the side of the road is just engulfed in flames. Lashira's body is still laying there. Much of the skins that she had used are burned up, gone at this point. The street is torn to bits in places, but you can see at the opposite end this figure in black and gold trimmed blues with this tattered riding cloak and hood over his back, with a large book in one hand and the opposite resting on his cane, golden skull top, behind an iron mask just waiting for you.
It's creepy.
Acrio shouting from the front, hammer in hand, shield in the other.
Amrita is busy muttering stuff in Angelic to try and calm herself and keep herself calm, but she just feels like her nails underneath her gloves as she kind of removes the gloves though, but focusing
You called us here. What do you want? What do you need?
We need to get to work. We have a limited window. Draw the devil. You handle that. My people will keep me safe. Once this spell is complete, we will eradicate it, but he must be weakened.
The enemy of my enemy.
It's good to have friends.
Looks back at Lorelei.
I look
If
over
you
my
have-
arm. Does it feel any different now that this is happening?
Yeah, as you're looking at it, you can see the runes themselves look like embers. You can't really feel anything different, but it looks like they're glowing coals on your arm.
Well, we know what he wants. Serve it to him.
All right, everybody. I don't know why it wants Lorelei, but we have to defend her with our lives. It wants whatever she has, and we cannot let it get it. We can do this if we work together.
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 Do it.
Well said.
Wait a minute.
I agree.
What the fuck are you wearing?
Oh,
What?
What?
What the? I fucking.
Listen, I mean you no harm. We also don't have time for this. Let's just get this over with.
I always
I
said
have
you were
my
wrong for this
reason.
party.
Wait, but you just said
Lane's right. We don't have time.
Let's get a move on.
Collectively, we are nothing and everything at the same time. I don't know what or who I was before these last couple of weeks. And I have everything to thank. That I've rediscovered what it means to actually live and not just survive. We've just met in the grand scheme of things, and yet I feel more connected with all of you than I have with anyone in a while. I've spent years, 2 years now, fighting feelings. Fighting, finding family because I lost mine. And I am so glad that I can look upon your faces and know that I have found one again. We're on the edge of oblivion, we're on the edge of death, we're on the edge of everything. But right now, none of that matters. All that matters is blades and blood. And we will spill some tonight. Thank you, Jake. Use my inspiring leader feat.
Oh shit, nice.
Hey,
8 temporary hit points, everyone.
oh yeah.
and as he is saying that, Acrio will approach and set a hand on his shoulder. Your weapons strike true. And I'll cast Magic Weapon. So, your main blade is now a +1 magic weapon.
Nice.
Everyone remember, we still want to see the end of this fight alive.
On that note, Asuriel, for the purpose of your boon in this specific combat, any healing you do will be doubled what you roll.
Nice.
I think Amrita, she's gonna grab Cillian's sleeve for a moment and he's like, listen to me. I swear, on every blood and sweat that is spilt on this village day, we will figure out a way to solve that curse, so that none of us here forget you. Do you hear me? I don't know how, but we'll figure it
right
out.
now, doll.
Don't.
Good luck.
Shoves him away and she's gonna grab her bow and go.
As Amrita knocks one of the bone arrows, tipped with the bones of a heathen saint from beneath the well in Galst, what's going through her head, recollecting the first time she was given these bone weapons in the attempt to stop Rhyvarax from being summoned to begin with?
She feels more determined, but there's this still negativity that pulls at the back of her mind because she had never really gotten that chance to actually shoot them off, and she was down when so much had gone wrong, but she wants to make sure that that doesn't happen this time because there was much, if not the same amount that had happened in Galst at stake for everybody in this group, as well as the townsfolk and the townspeople. And she just inhales and just, I think I understand, Mother and Father, why you introduced me to my mentor. I was never meant to be in one place. I was probably never even meant to settle down or anything. It's time I quit hiding it. It's time I quit with my abilities and show them off and do what I can what's right. even if it cost me my own life.
Mac's gonna scream out, "Blades and blood!" Tears just down his face. And then he'll go over here while York kind of just takes his place. Not even moving, he's just over here.
Just gonna stand here, back to back with Acrio, and just wait.
The pair of them standing in the middle of the street as the others spread out, taking positions, everything burning around you, smoke billowing, the crackling of fires, the only thing you can hear over your breathing, heavily just trying to draw in as much air as you can, waiting, looking down at the mark on your arm, the demonic runes, spelling out Rhyvarax's name, still unsure why it even came to you. There's another shaking, rattling under the ground. Lorelei, you hear this voice in your head. Thief. My mark was not for you. And the ground beneath the both of you tears open as you are thrown back. The face of Rhyvarax instead bursts out of the ground with these pincers grasping at anything, and it will attempt to make an attack at Lorelei, and then we will roll initiative.
Ooh.
I don't know if my reaction would probably help you on that. Nope.
Yeah,
It would
I am bloodied and also, according to that, grappled.
Acrio, as you're knocked back, you see Lorelei caught in the mandibles, like on the face of this thing, just pierced through with one of them as she's like squirming to try to get off of it. And at the top of the round, with spells prepared, weapons at the ready, arrows knocked, Lorelei, you are the first to react to being half eaten.
Okay. I am going to, feeling like one of its mandibles like kind of puncture through me a bit, she's going to reach with the hand that has the runes on it and just grab onto it, and I'm going to channel divinity, path to the grave on it.
Okay.
So the next attack he has vulnerability to it. And as she's like held by it, she's just going to scream. Just scream. Not a scream of pain, like a scream of fury. Like this is more frustrating than anything. And as a bonus action, she's going to move. She's going to activate the seal of recovery on herself.
As you're doing this, Lorelei, you can feel the intense heat as you it's the exact feeling you had in the nightmare the other night, where you were standing on the precipice of a volcano, staring down into it. That's what you feel looking into the maw of Rhyvarax. There's this burning heat. You're not even sure your eyebrows haven't been singed off, and that same aching feeling, as you would probably recognize as a form of necrosis that's creeping in. But it does not affect you this turn. How does Voltan react to that?
He's got a job to do, and currently that job,
It's in the maws of a demon.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, it's not good. He will probably look at this.
Well, let's see if we can get its attention.
And he will use his bonus action to cast Hex on Rhyvarax.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing Strength. He would probably, after that, look at Sigris.
Let's see if you can get him.
And he will not attack, but instead let Sigris attack.
Initially, the bird is like, "You're mine, you want me to go? All right, we're doing this thing." as the raven will circle and then just dive bomb.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you how to spend your turn, Ben, but do bear in mind that he will have vulnerability to whatever it is you attack him with. So if you have something that can hit really hard, I suggest doing it.
If Sigurus hits, it could potentially be, seeing as the poison is still a thing.
I think Voltan would be aware of the physiology of
Okay, so it's not
devils and demons. They're generally unaffected by poison, like straight immunity.
Okay, then
But Sigurus can use the
scratch
help
that.
action if you want.
Yeah, but then I'll do for my action.
Even if it had immunity, would it still be vulnerable? Because it just says all damage it's vulnerable to.
I do not think so. And same
Okay.
way. Okay. All right.
Huge.
This is gonna be massive! Yeah!
Roll another d20.
Right.
Come on, Ben. Do the Uno reverse card exchange and blow its head off.
Good shit.
That's a 16.
Can we get Jake Eyes?
It's
Can we get Jake Eyes?
it is spellbound for the next minute.
Cool.
So yeah,
double damage,
make
I assume.
intelligence saving throw at the end of each of his turns, and yeah, you'll do twice as many damage dice as normal for the crit, which will then be doubled.
So that would be 8, and that is doubled, so
16.
16, and the hex on top, which is another.
That one will not be doubled, but it'll
1d6.
still just be a d6.
Yeah.
But he'll still be vulnerable to it, right?
Yes. While he has absorbed a lot of black mana, and that is usually associated with necrosis, Rhyvarax has not ascended to becoming a full demon and is not resistant or anything like that to necrosis. And with this massive hit from Lorelei channeling the will of the angels and a member of the Veiled backing them up, there's a hole that starts to bore itself into his side.
Hell yeah. That would
As Sigurus
be...
swoops down and then back up away, like, what the fuck, man? I
Shut
have
up.
this.
He's just gonna back up over here for now.
Asuriel's feeling pretty bad. She's hiding back in this alley because she thinks it might be kind of her fault that Lorelei has this mark, that maybe she was supposed to have it for whatever reason. So when she sees Lorelei just fucking getting impaled by Rhyvarax from 1 second to the next, she's screaming and jumps up. She's gonna use a font of magic to get all her sorcery points back, and then she's gonna cast Healing Word.
As you're having this realization, just what you can remember of the dream that you interacted with Lorelei, you dodge around Cillian, just like ready to scream this spell to heal Lorelei as she's in the grasp of Rhyvarax, channeling everything that's inside you. Coming out in the middle of the street, you can just in the back of your head hear Remus flipping through his book as he's been beginning this spell. Everyone in the street can see Asuriel's eyes start to glow, and then white light starts shining out of her ears, out of her mouth as she's like going to scream. And Asuriel, you're not in the street anymore. You find yourself almost, it's like the upside down version of it. It's an empty bracelet, but there are these strange metal wires and tubings going across everything. Nothing's on fire anymore, but there's this light, this reddish gold wicked light shining down on you. You look up and you see these two what could be eyes, just like spotlights shining down on you. And you hear this voice say, Rhyvarax, huh? Calling himself Rhyvarax. Pathetic. This has been interesting. Been interesting to watch.
She's confused. She's looking around, kind of in a panic. Like, where'd she suddenly get off to? Like, what? Who's there? Where am I? I'm not supposed to be here.
What's going on? That's not right. What's happening? No, that's not possible. And your vision shifts back to reality. Everyone can see the collar on Asuriel's neck crack, and this white light starts to shine out. It doesn't break entirely, but just this vein, like a lightning bolt down the side of it. And as you're channeling this white mana within you, you start to run out into the street, and everyone sees as you start to lift up off the ground, these spectral white and gold wings burst out from Asuriel's back. As you gain your font of magic, as well as an angelic transformation. Your charisma is going to increase by 2 on the score, your constitution by 1, and as a bonus action from now on, you can summon a pair of spectral wings that give you a flight speed of 30.
All right then.
It's a freaking demon, people!
It's kicked in at the perfect time, like the angelic choir kicked in at the Xenoblade music I'm listening to right now. It's fucking going off in my brain right now.
It's like da-da-da-da-da-da. Holy
I'm going to post
cow.
this. You do, however, gain the flaw that you are a target of evil. And as if you weren't already, but when your
Avacyn, have mercy
holy
on your
nature is
soul.
visible, evil creatures may prioritize you over other targets. So keep that in mind. But for the moment, you have a pair of wings. And you may do with that as you wish.
God damn, boy. I was alright.
Birth of Asuriel.
Oh, well, I'm still gonna cast that healing word. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so that's doubled, so that will be 12.
Thank you, I'm no longer bloodied.
Woo! And what? She moved 15 feet, so I guess she's gonna move 10 feet up in the air.
Yep. Amrita, you see this happen as you've got your bow string taut.
Very confused and awestruck, but quickly blinks it away with the flames coming out of her eyes and backs up a little bit further and everything. Just so much rage going on between Remus and like all of that, but she projects that into the focus of this devil worm. And not only will she take one of the bone arrows out, I will say that for this first shot, she will use her inspiration for the first hit. And because he is her Corey, she will gain a plus 1d4 bonus on the damage rolls against it.
Nice.
Yes. So, let me
Crit,
just roll
crit,
that.
crit, 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 crit. Strong prostate. That's
Jinx me! No! Yeah.
Would you
that's what I
choose to spend a hero point?
got. Yes. Fuck it.
For these arrows, do it.
You loose the bone arrow, and you should have just glanced off the side, but in the exact right moment, Rhyvarax turns distracted by Asuriel, and the arrow strikes just on the side of that flaming face, and you will hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the bone effect does, since, yeah.
The Hail of Thorns effect, so it will make a dex save versus another d10 of damage. So you can see that the fire from your alchemical blood does not affect Rhyvarax at all. And as the bone splinters and sprays out with this shot, Rhyvarax should not have had advantage on that, so that's a 9. Will fail that dexterity, and you can roll another d10. Still something.
Just a 3.
And it is magical damage, so it is not able to resist these enchanted bones.
I'll move York over here since he'll still be in range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing proc flanking. I can't move him, by the way.
Oh, yes. I'll
There we
give you
go.
access to that. But yeah, for the moment, for sure.
All right, so 1d4 will attack him with both attacks. Zach and York's. I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit, but we'll do the 1d4 on the longsword.
With the flanking bonus, that ghostly version of Zach's longsword will carve through the side.
All right, for 9 damage, which I'm guessing is now 4.
It is. It's reduced as he is resistant to this ghost blade.
Sounds about right. All right. And Zach then be like, we got an angel on our side, York. Show him what you got.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you
Come
got.
on and
Okay.
slam.
And that'll be both their turns.
Being hit with this shard of bones, the blade hacking into its side, Rhyvarax almost seems undeterred as the pincers around its face start to move in around Lorelei as she's just clutching onto this holy symbol. You see as she is engulfed inside Rhyvarax's maw.
Okay, I don't know if my reaction would help in this moment, but
This is just a thing that happens to a creature that it has grappled. Nothing
So
happens
work
immediately, but you find yourself pulled inside, almost being crushed. That intense burning heat around you, Lorelei.
So first off, there were a lot of doubts in his mind suddenly when about Asuriel when things started happening, and now he sees like the white mana spiral through Acrio's magic on his blade as it's reflected from the silver, and looks up to see a full-on fucking angel right now. Realizes, thankfully he was right most of the time and wrong one time. Branches it, looks back, see that Lorelei isn't visible now, and out of stray reaction spits on the ground and rushes up into melee with Rhyvarax. Sort of looks at it towering above him, feints, tries to get some of the hands to sort of cross each other and tries to stab into them.
This is the worst game of Operation.
Nice.
The magic blade will strike true, just piercing directly through. When you hit the plates on the outside of it, it's not exactly like a crustacean's chitin. It's more like hardened ash that crumbles when you hit it.
And then as the hands come down, my blade crumbles the ash away until it finds purchase, and I sort of clamp him and use my bonus action to do my thing. Sneak in the attack.
Nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Acrio, you have been up next to Rhyvarax, knocked back as he appeared, and just had to watch as Lorelei is engulfed inside him.
Acrio is just runs up, like grabs one of the mandibles and like tries to pull down Rhyvarax and reach into his mouth to pull her out. And he's like, "You're not gonna take her away from me, not now." And that'll be a contested athletics.
Mm-hmm. Which Rhyvarax is hexed, so he will have disadvantage on this. He's
nice.
still incredibly strong, but we'll see.
24.
Oh, shit.
Acrio!
You describe how Acrio's adrenaline kicks in this moment.
Yeah, he like just jumps on top of Rhyvarax, like grabs one of the claws and pulls him back, and like his heart is racing as he just like plunges his arm into Rhyvarax and rips Lorelei out by the hood. And once she's down, he grabs his hammer and then comes back, and instead of hitting him with the hammer, his spiritual weapon goes forward and cracks the creature over the head.
Does that give
And
the
his-
advantage from Cillian's martial arts point?
It is an attack, It is a melee spell
Yes.
attack,
Yeah, it
technically.
counts.
Isn't he also
Damn,
Nice!
holy shit. Wow.
my God!
Actual weapon, baby.
And I was going to
that's-
say, not only is it because of the sneak and attack, but he is also still spellbound. Which
Let me
I'm
just
gonna
roll
put as
that
a little-
3 more times.
If you get a crit every time, does he die?
We'll see.
I had another thing. Oh, hammer and anvil. So Cillian can make another attack. Because spiritual weapon is a melee attack for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it's a melee spell
Sure.
attack.
I mean, it sort of makes sense.
But yeah,
it
roll a
swings like a
d20.
melee weapon, I guess.
17.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
That's the power of love.
Fucking
never
force
gonna
damage
get
is
out of
fucking
being
him up.
spellbound. It's like, I've been here for 20 years. I'm still spellbound. Shit.
Okay.
It's been
Damn.
84
So-
years.
Firstly, you do max plus a roll of your damage die.
18.
That's pretty good.
Don't fuck with
Plus-
clerics, man.
Plus sneak in the attack.
Plus sneak attack.
5. I mean, decent.
Now, that's still good.
And you can roll on the minor injury chart.
Oh shit.
Give him a tummy ache.
11?
Creature's hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equivalent to half that dealt by the damage. So that's 23.
Oh no.
How does it feel, Jake?
Anyways.
It's awesome. I love it. It's so cool.
Cillian, you
And
get
then-
in your attack
yeah.
plus 1d10.
So it. Jesus, so much happens in a round. Okay, I'll just not describe it. I'll just click it because I'm overwhelmed.
Unfortunately, that will not
You do
hit.
have a hero point though.
You do have-
wait,
yeah.
I mean, I guess it's worth it. I have 3 of them. I should. Oh wait, 5 of
Would
them.
you
Yeah, I'll definitely try. I'm sure it's gonna be a tough roll, but
16?
Just misses.
Oh, so 17.
I
Okay.
should have moved into flanking. Fuck.
You try, but
yeah,
as
I got
the
nothing.
spiritual weapon collides and massively shatters the side of Rhyvarax, as you've like slid down with Lorelei's body onto the ground, it roars. There's fire spouting out of Rhyvarax's mouth like a volcano above you, just like raining sparks. Cillian's going in for this hammer and anvil attack, but it's just not quite enough as he gets these sparks in the eyes. Now that it is the top of the round, this will take effect as you, for anyone who is feeling the heat and this aching pain standing around Rhyvarax. The start of your turn, Lorelei, within the death aura, you're going to take 13 points of fire and necrosis.
Ooh.
Back to bloodied again. It was good while it lasted.
Your skin feels like it wants to burst into flames. It feels like your innards are starting to rot out just being within its presence.
I'm gonna disengage and move away a little bit. His ouchies. And I will, bonus action, reintroduce him to the spiritual weapon. Spiritual
The
weapon
spiritual
2,
shovel.
the sequel that we all wanted.
Ugh. To be fair, we did crit 4 times in a row with spiritual weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
So it had to happen. at least
I'm
once
gonna
where it's
hold
like
on to the
Minya.
hero points for now. At least the spiritual weapon's still there. I'm
Fair
just
enough.
gonna
Okay.
hold on to it for now. I don't get
Yeah.
flanked. They don't get flanking, do they?
No, they do not.
Okay.
They do not benefit from
I
flanking.
feel like I
but
ask this every
yeah.
time and I always forget.
This spectral shovel flies out from Lorelei's hand and collides with Rhyvarax, but is not able to break through his shell as he's kind of like been hit with all this, and you feel him like going in on himself, almost like ducking into the ground.
I will look at this guy, and seeing as he looked like he's, considering at least skedaddling, it's like, that won't do. And I will cast Devilish Hunt.
You what, mate?
So, these 3 kind of barbed harpoons, seemingly made out of silver that kind of appear kind of one above Voltan's head and 3 to his side. And they kind of just float there for a moment. And then he will hurl one of them at this guy.
And you do have advantage, but that will hit regardless.
19, so okay.
Yeah, either way. One of these
so
little tridents that you've conjured lashes out with almost like this little silver chain behind it.
Yes, so he takes 5, and he needs to make a dex saving throw.
Okay, so the does not take the necrosis at this point, but
yeah, it's still the
dex
spell.
save, disadvantage because he's spellbound. Still is just able to pass.
Damn.
Almost.
Does Amrita have the blood curse thing? Does that reduce
That's for
saves?
I think it's
only
only
Their
for,
attacks on us, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's only to help party members.
Read.
Without party members, not him.
So
Yeah.
now he takes 4.
for necrosis. Nice.
Move back a little bit further.
You can still hear Remus is chanting this spell, starting to draw circles on the ground, marks, and use chalk to make these symbols of Arcana.
Time for some Moon of Beam.
Nice.
Gonna drop it right on top of the spiritual weapon here, because I've checked and it can't damage it. It can't
Yeah.
do
It
it.
has no health to be damaged.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It is imboon.
Through the ash, the smoke, the clouds of Stensia above, as you're flying up into the air, you cast this divine magic, and the clouds start to part. The ash moves around this space, and you all can see just a sliver of Avacyn's moon in the sky, shining light down almost directly onto Rhyvarax.
She'll go on to the top of this roof.
Sure. With the parting of the clouds and the smoke around you, creating almost like this tunnel of light, there's a movement in the wisp of the clouds. Too far away to really see, but then you start to hear this like whistle. Similar to what you heard when the creature in the Needle's Eye Pass descended invisibly,
Uh-oh. Wait.
but instead the light of the moon catches these feathered wings, trailing behind it with this great sword as an angel crashes into the ground, slashing down on Rhyvarax, and this is who you all see.
Oh, shit.
There she is.
There she is.
Landing opposite Acrio, standing directly next to the spirit of York.
Yeah, that's a big aura. Yes, I guess we know who she is. Yeah.
Damn, girl, where you going with that aura?
Damn, that aura is thick, girl.
Wow.
Damn,
Wow.
girl.
Damn,
gosh.
boy.
Damn, boy.
That's a thick ass
Thick ass
aura.
aura.
I do it for the aura.
Carrying this sword in both hands, cleaving down onto Rhyvarax, with her weapon being angelic, which also applies to the hammer as well as the Moonsilver Flail. Rhyvarax is vulnerable to that damage as well as the Radiant.
Nice, nice.
So that's
Always.
24 plus 16 is 40.
Vulnerable, baby.
Damn.
Casual
This
40.
massive gash where fire and what almost looks like a lava-like blood just spurt out the side of Rhyvarax as he's screaming. Or everyone within 30 feet of Civabella will be within the aura of Gold Knight. At the start of each of your turns, you may choose to gain resistance to one damage type. And if you are standing in that space at the start of your turn, you will also gain a d6 bonus to attack rolls.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Cillabella's the goat.
Damn,
Mom's
The
here.
Angels of Flight
brought
Gold Knights
snacks.
are known for their warlike nature. Her mere presence bolsters your abilities. What's Amrita doing as she witnesses that?
Fear. That's what it is. Fear. I think she will just use the other bone arrow, this time preparing it, and after she does so, she's gonna run up and probably pull Lorelei behind her to make sure like she's at least kind of in between Rhyvarax and Lorelei if he does try to move. And if this goes to shit, I will prepare a hero point, but we'll see what happens first. So
You need to roll like a 6, I think.
Yeah, do you not have like inspiration from completing the skill trial? And
that's what I used already. So I have only hero points, so I'd have to roll a 6.
This time, what would you say is the reason Amrita can't quite get a precise shot in this moment? Is it because she's going toward Lorelei, trying to save her? Is it the arrival of the angel? What is it?
A little bit of everything. The smell of Lorelei's blood, the flashback to Lorelei being dead and mangled, and an angel appearing. 2 maybe possible angels at this point. She's very confused, and Remus being there, and the werewolf pulling at the back of her mind. There's like so much stuff. Like she is struggling on focusing, and that is not good.
I believe this thing is spewing out fire, so I'm guessing York is dead, right?
Yeah, so within the aura of this intense heat and rot coming out from Rhyvarax, yeah, it dispels the ghost of your brother, so you will have to draw him out yet again.
Right now, Zach, seeing 2 angels appear and feeling all good, a lot more than ways than one, he'll be like, York, my turn. And he'll rush in and start attacking.
Mom said it was my turn on the Xbox.
All right, so boom. Goddamn.
Mhm.
Boom.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that one.
Nice.
Yeah. I could. Nah, I'm not even going to use inspiration or anything. Longsword. That is a 5 damage. Do I choose
Is that
to
all
da-
his movement?
Yes.
It's up to you if you want to stay standing next to Ascending Devil, but if you don't have any more movement, yeah.
I do ask, do I choose the damage type that I'm resistant to, or is it like the damage that gets hit on me?
You would choose what damage you would like to be resistant to at the start of each turn, but I mean, you could just set it as 1 and leave it if you want.
Okay, I'll do fire then, since that seems like that's going to be his gimmick. And that's the
Noted.
end of my turn.
Okay. At the start of Rhyvarex's turn, he will need to make a con save, spellbound, against Moonbeam shining down on his head,
Oh, that's good.
which
right?
I believe he will fail.
Yes, he does.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
I don't believe the 2 is added, but still,
Holy damn.
Almost
Damn,
max, damn.
he is vulnerable to radiant damage.
Shit.
38.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
38
Oh.
points.
See the face melting.
Yeah.
This is fine.
The light of the moon just tearing up this devil. He is going to crawl his way out of the ground, these small little ash black hands moving him over the street. He will get into like a fistwardly position, just like twisting and whirring around. Asuriel will get an attack of, or not, excuse me, other angel. Cithabella will get an attack of opportunity.
Acrio?
He would as well.
Okay.
Cillian will as well.
Come on, angelic weapon.
16 plus technically that I have flanking.
Also, you
when-
get a you get a D6 from Cithabella being in her aura, right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
See that?
That's another
freaking
nat
bridge?
20. Oh, shit.
Holy
Hold
shit.
on. Up, you got how many rolls? Like, yeah.
13 damage.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's immune to even the hammer's fire damage.
Correct. Cillian, you would get a D4 and a D6 on top of that. You can attempt to
Okay.
roll.
Damn.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do
I'll
it.
try.
Let's do it, baby. Let's go.
It's
11.
11.
Need a full 6.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, so close. Acrio, as your hammer slams into Rhyvarax, is trying to crawl away. Yeah, the fire just cascades over the side of him, but the bludgeoning itself from this angelic weapon, Rhyvarax is vulnerable to that, so that is 22 points.
Oh.
And I'm gonna have Acrio roll another d20 for this, for Sithabella's crit.
Sithabella's crit.
Now is
Get your mom to
I
crit.
didn't even notice she crit.
Fucking Christ!
Oh my gosh!
shit.
Can this be? Can this be? I'm praying. I will convert. I pray.
Jake is just like, this is
Okay.
fine.
How do I want
It's
it?
all gonna be okay. So
How
maximum
do I
result
want to do
possible
this?
on
Oh my
the.
God.
We'll say it's the max possible on the radiant because that's more.
Mom was like, enough playing. It's time to go home now.
Rhyvarax is like, I don't feel so good. I want to go home.
I heard you
I
were
didn't-
bullying my son.
And his schoolyard girlfriend. Time to die.
Regular slashing damage, so that is 10, which is vulnerable, so 20. And you can roll on the major injury chart.
Everyone, give him his energy. Give him the energy. He could decapitate this. Everyone.
No,
Uh,
11.
Not everyone gave the energy. That's why. I saw
They're
some of the hands down.
cleaving something off.
Still, that is the creature's hit points, maximum hit points are reduced to an amount equivalent to the damage dealt, which was 56. Off its hit
Jesus
point maximum.
Christ. What the fuck?
This guy will
I don't
never
feel
be
so good,
bloody.
Mr. Krabs.
If he potentially can heal himself, that's gonna come in handy.
Yeah.
So that hurt, but
Uh-oh.
Oh, here it
as
comes.
it is getting
Singing.
wrecked by all of this, twisting out of all of these attacks, he will rear back and just start
Oh.
spewing fire.
Yeah.
Amrita is just outside of it, so
Oh,
she will
shit.
not be hit. However, I need
Right
everyone
on our
else
doorstep.
within that space, Zach, Sithabella, Acrio, and Cillian, to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Lethal rogue, right?
DC 17. Not one, but hey, that's why I picked resistance to fire.
Yeah.
So all three of those, you're going to take half of that. So 7, and Sithabella just passes.
Oh, yeah.
As you're all hit with this flame, that is the extent of his movement on land. So not be going anywhere else, and Cillian is up.
Oh god.
You can choose a damage type that you will be resistant to.
I think fire just makes the most sense. We're going fire. Move here. Not into flanking, but it's fine. And I'll slide, go in for low, and stab upwards. For a...
Not flanking, but you do get a d6 automatically from the Aura of Gold Knight.
There's a chance.
I have 4 hero points left. That's... No, I'd need to roll too high. No, I'm gonna keep it. In which case... yeah, I'm gonna disengage, get out of his aura.
Sliding
And
in,
that's it.
attempting to go for what you would hope would be a soft underbelly, turns out equally plated, and yeah, you just have to scurry back.
His spiritual weapon right next to Lorelei's. He will move and
Nice.
just once again try and beat Rhyvarax into a bloody pulp. Ashy pulp.
Ash pile.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
18 bludgeoning. And spiritual weapon. What the fuck?
Wow.
What the fuck? What is happening
Bro.
today?
Oh, yeah.
Crit 5 times today with spiritual
I will roll an
weapon.
int save.
This is
Yeah, no, it didn't even
Holy
become
crap.
unspellbound, so yeah. All right.
I can't believe our
Bro.
plan to hack Roll20 worked.
I know.
So it's standard crit for that one. Twice as many
Okay.
damage dice as normal. But it is force damage, so not resisted.
10 damage.
Nice.
I am going to step a bit around Amrita and just kind of bloodied and a bit disoriented. She's gonna raise her hands, and like silvery threads are just going to pass between her and Acrio and Cillian, and also Zach, as I cast Bless on all three of them.
Oh shit. Oh.
Nice.
So
So what's
D4
that?
attacks and saving throws. Don't ever fucking miss. You have so many stacks right now.
Yeah, we do. Jesus.
1d6 plus
Find a way.
2d4.
Yeah, assuming you're flanking.
Yeah.
And bonus action, I will take my Bonkaroo and please give me a crit. No.
Ah. Still get a.
When I'm in the aura, do I get the d6 to attack rolls?
Well, did you start your turn there?
I started right behind Amrita there.
Okay, then yeah, unfortunately, no, you were not.
Okay, no, never mind.
I use a hair point.
I think we're gonna need
No,
those.
I'm gonna hold on to it. I don't do a lot, so
Fair enough.
Shovel again continues to miss, just glancing off the side of this huge worm-like thing.
You still spellbound, right?
Yes.
Cool. Once more, devilish hunt. 23.
Go, yeah.
That will be 8, and I need a dexterity save once more.
With disadvantage for being spellbound. That one will fail.
Good thing. it was.
So now he is skewered. So the harpoon lodges in his flesh, and so his speed is halved, and I can use a bonus action to pull him closer to me.
Nice.
And just move over here.
I'll give him the stank eye as he gets closer.
Yeah, with this trident stabbed into him, circle the battlefield on horseback, and Asuriel is up.
First thing she's gonna do is move that moonbeam so that it's all the way over here.
Shift the
And-
cloud so that the moon shines from a slightly opposite direction onto the backside of the devil.
Yeah, because it really didn't like that. And just cast a little healing word on Lorelei again, because she's still not looking too good, and let's keep that health up as much as we can. Well, that's 18.
Oh damn, from a healing word?
Good.
That's pretty good.
Ooh.
That plus 2 to charisma is doing wonders.
That would put her very close to full.
No, she's gonna move 10 feet here and then 10 feet up.
Sure. Cithabella is within the death aura. The fire doesn't seem to do a huge amount. I mean, she's not resistant to it. It's just not all that much as she's about 10 feet back. However, you can see what would be veins starting to turn black underneath her flesh, if you could call it that, as she is vulnerable to necrosis. But
Okay.
undeterred,
Oh shit.
Well, I guess it's only fair.
she charges forward. I will say she kind of flies up above Rhyvarax and then jams the sword down.
The old Excalibur technique.
Jesus, she almost fucking crit again.
Pretty close.
Wow. Holy
There.
crap.
You know, for just 36 points of damage is all.
Imagine if she crits.
But yeah, as she jams the blade into Rhyvarax, that is her turn.
Okay. She's gonna try and shoot at it one more time and then go into the fray and switch weapons. So we will see how this goes. This will be the last bone arrow.
Nice.
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 And I'm gonna run over
Fucking
here.
stupid.
Yeah.
That was the last of the bone arrows.
Yep, and I'm gonna switch to my sword. Run and switch to my sword.
Then yeah, as it shatters, he will have to make a dex save. It is a magical effect, so spellbound. Big fail.
Ba-da, ba-da, boom.
Roll another d10.
Okay.
Oof.
Still, it's
Right
something
now.
as you launch the arrow and it splinters, kind of like warping around Zach and Cithabella and Acrio, striking into Rhyvarax as you're rushing forward, almost keeping pace with the arrow you just shot off, tossing your bow to the side and preparing another weapon.
Yeah, she swings her sword and just like looks at us like, remember me? Come after me and you can get 2 souls for the price of 1.
Nice.
I also forgot to roll for hex damage. I just
Oh.
realized.
Then do that.
So yeah,
You hexadentally forgot.
just
Oh,
my
so
God.
bad.
Thank you.
3.
Well, I'm still laughing anyway.
Yeah, Zach, you are resistant to fire, so you will take 2 points of damage total.
Oh, dope. Okay. There goes all
Wow.
my temp HP.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot I have temp HP. Let me just add that 7 back to my health bar.
Okay, so Zach's gonna like hype himself up because he's gonna do something really fucking dumb. He's gonna go into the moonbeam so that he
Okay.
can get the flanking.
Alrighty.
And then he's gonna attack this guy twice. Boop.
You're
Boop.
also
And a
frozen.
D6. Oh, I already added the bless.
Oh, okay.
So that's, I'm pretty sure the 21 does that. Was that
Yeah,
one?
for sure. And the other one is 14 plus 4.
Yep.
That will also hit.
All right. So 4 and 4, so 8.
Nice.
And how much does the moonbeam do? Because I'm pretty sure he takes damage for that.
It's when you start
I
your
do.
turn. You start
you
your
can
turn in the
still
moonbeam. So actually,
technically
if you
move out of
move
it.
before that happens, if you have any
Okay,
movement,
good.
yeah.
Yep, I
Yeah.
got 5 points of movement. Dope.
Yep, you could feel it. You couldn't even really feel the heat from this moonbeam as the radiance doesn't even register when you're within the flaming aura of the devil. You hadn't even noticed stepping in and out. It was so quick.
He'll look at himself and be like, yes. And then that's his turn.
Cool.
I love that.
Rhyvarax will do a con save against the moonbeam itself. I believe that will also
I'm
fail.
gonna be near
Fuck.
Fails again.
Spellbound is
Careful.
huge.
Ah,
Needless
less
to say, I
damage.
think Spellbound is the reason it's still alive.
Yep.
You can turn that bloodied off when you're not bloodied, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true. I
still,
forgot.
14. As you're shifting back, Zach, the pincers on Rhyvarax, the end of where its face should be, just are going to lash out at you, having
All right.
hit him twice.
Yep, that hits. 12. That hurts.
12 piercing, and you
Okay.
are grappled by them.
Okay.
Which you can attempt to do
Luckily-
something about that on your turn.
Yeah, luckily that's kind of easy to get out of, kind of.
We shall see.
Yep.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Cillian, you can just see as this newcomer is caught up in these pincers and pulled back.
Yeah, I mean, Cillian appreciates him, that he's there, but doesn't really care right now.
Love you, buddy.
I sort of dodge past Amrita, and as I dodge past her, my back sort of turns and her eyes lock for a second, and I turn back around and go for the classic stabby stab.
That's a stab.
Yeah,
Mhm. And that one's magic.
I'm holding Argon like the blades this side of both my my hands, and I just sort of slash across them like claws for my offhand attack. Oh, I have a d6 from her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're also blessed.
And I'm
But I think
blessed.
you're good.
We're fine.
Non-magic, so just 2, but that is something.
I can't use a whale on the same creature, right? Don't think so.
I don't know, can you?
Let's see. I'll
Wouldn't
bump it
you
up.
like to know weather
We'll
boy?
read it together.
Target second creature.
It
it
says target a
says.
second creature, yeah.
Sure. I mean, you could use it against
I'll-
Remus if you want.
I do hate him right now.
Mm.
But he's in the middle of a spell, so...
And I think he's pretty far. Yeah, I won't do Remus. I consider doing Voltan because fuck him. But I'll keep it for now.
Acrio, you have Silabella circling the devil above you.
We'll start with a spiritual weapon. Hapa. Hapa.
Work today.
And then...
Wait, wouldn't that have advantage because you spellbound?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to.
try for the 6th.
Nah.
No.
Wow, I really don't have fucking things that aren't concentration. Woo!
What about hitting him with the big thing you have that he's vulnerable to?
Well, I want to get the spells out. I want to spend the spells. It's fine. I'll fucking hit him with the there, and then we get a 1d6 plus 2d4. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Yeah, fuck him. But eat shit, you piece of shit.
14 on that one because, again, the fire does not do anything to a devil, especially not one this massive. But yeah, you crack into the backside of it, and just, again, you're starting to see its plating start to split open, and like lava almost looks like oozing out of Rhyvarax.
She's gonna look at this fracas that's going on, and as she's trying to concentrate, she'll bring in a spiritual weapon to try and attack it, and that also has advantage because he's spellbound, which I forgot about last time, so oh well. Fuck me. I started in there, so I get a d6. Will that help? 18?
That will hit.
There you go.
Whoa! 9 force. As she's just like staring at it, she can feel these embers on her arm, and she's gonna take the arm with the runes on it and kind of just like align it, like she's trying to aim a crossbow, and I'm gonna guiding bolt just to try and override my own angelic magic over this feeling of the demonic runes in my arm, and I'm just gonna guiding bolt directly at his face.
Just hits.
Oh.
19 radiant, baby!
Nice.
Jesus. Okay.
Just roll it, right?
38.
Yep.
Beautiful. Perfection, darling.
Murder!
You're level 4, right? What the fuck is happening?
This is that's what happens when the person has vulnerability to what you do. Otherwise,
yeah.
I'm kind of useless usually.
As you do this, and this beam of light channels down your arm, and it collides with Rhyvarax, and you can see this worm squirming, glowing with this radiance. You just glance down at your arm, and where there had been like the coals and the glowing runes now have muted to almost just like the faintest scar.
She is relieved. Oh, and also I'll choose fire resistance from my...
Somewhat devilish hunt. 18.
Yep. That's the last of his tridents, right?
And once more DC 14 dex save for the second harpoon.
With disadvantage. Yeah.
It's the second harpoon, not...
Can't seem to move.
Oh,
Okay.
Actually, I will move over here.
Gonna have Segrus do anything?
So many people already get advantage because of the frickin' spellbound. I guess he'll just use the help action to whoever's marshal and manages to hit the next time.
Sure. Yeah,
As
the bird
Cillian,
just
I won't use it.
swoops in, avoiding the moonbeam coming down, and you can all hear this voice in common. Not even in your heads, it's just like you just hear it around you as this raven is flying around Rhyvarax, squirming with Zach in its pincers. Just this voice being like, take this and this, or you think you're better than me.
It's a shared hallucination, don't worry about it.
Ah, yeah. Bit fully idea. Yeah, as Voltan comes a little closer to me, Lorelei's gonna like glare at him a little bit.
He doesn't really acknowledge it. He's all business right now.
One wrong move and that horse is dead, mister.
No, not the horse!
So the infighting starts.
Alright then. Well, that moonbeam's still on him, so I'm just gonna cast Mind Sliver. That will be an intelligence saving throw. Oh, well,
Ooh.
fuck me.
The one time.
Yep, not this time. Not this time.
Nope,
Hey, at
but it
least it's
still
for
is
a
in the
cantrip.
moonbeam.
Indeed. Will I move? Yeah, let's move up there.
Flying over the flaming wreckage of this building up into the air.
Get a little.
Asuriel can get like a better view of everything that's happening beneath her.
Keep an eye out in case of something suspicious.
Cithabel is staying strong, but you can see it's taking a toll on her to be within the presence of this thing. And
Was
due
get
to
the
that,
advantage from the burb?
Yeah. Right.
sure, yeah. Ironically, yes.
Oh,
However, this rot and necrosis that's setting in causes her swing to go wide, this massive blade arcing through the air above the rest of your heads. She will fly up out of its aura. It still has Zack in its pincers, so it does not go after her. She will keep you all kind of still within her aura of Gold Knight, but up higher so she does not rot. Amrita, you are within Rhyvarax's death aura at this moment.
Yep.
So you will take a bit of fire and necrotic damage. As you can feel the intense heat, it's far more than your flaming weapons have ever done.
I think she will attempt to help Zack, maybe by swiping at the pinchers. Unless that would hit him, she would just try to pull him out. Maybe.
I don't think you'd be able to get him out by attacking. So if that's the goal, then yeah, you'll have to do an athletics check probably to try to pull him out.
Okay.
Grab onto him and yank, but Rhyvarax, despite being hexed, still far too strong to allow that in this moment.
Okay then.
I'll be fine. Just kill this thing.
I think she'll move over here.
All right. How much damage do I take from that? Oh, all right.
2 fire and 7 necrotic.
So 9.
Amrita, would you have selected at the start of your turn fire or necrotic or some other damage as to be resistant to?
Psychic, do psychic. That's the best one.
Is that an option?
Yeah, you get to choose
Oh.
when you're in the aura of Gold Knight.
I didn't realize. I thought it was just necrotic and fire, because so many people are picking that.
Well, not much else is being done, so it's kind of like
I mean,
choosing
yeah.
poison isn't going to do much.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll just go with whatever Stein said. I can't think of fucking pronounce it right now. My brain.
Which one
No,
was
I
it?
made a joke. I said
Oh,
psychic
you-
as a joke
fucking-
because that's like
Fire,
the rarest
fire.
type of
Jeez,
damage.
leave me be. My brain is everywhere. I hate you
Okay,
guys.
I'm sorry. Noted.
Fire. Why?
Yeah.
All right.
Idiot.
Let's we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. We're gonna attack real quick with my longsword. I know I'm not
Okay.
gonna kill this thing, but oh, I'm bloody. I forgot about that. Oop.
Zack is a brave boy.
You're also
Plus
blessed,
6.
if you
Yep.
count that.
Pretty sure that doesn't hit.
16 does not, but you're flanking with Acrio.
It's already added on there. I rolled
Oh.
like ones
2
all
ones.
across.
Oh, the
board.
blessing and the flanking? Wow.
Yeah.
It's all ones?
And-
That's...
Yeah, just all
That's
ones
rough.
across
That's
board.
harsh, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna risk it. I got 1 turn. I'm pretty sure he can survive 1 turn. York will just casually rip out of Zach's back and be right here.
Rhyvarax. Standing in the... Wait a second. Zach, you would get advantage from Guiding Bolt.
Oh, on the Zach?
yeah.
Okay. Then we'll do. Doesn't matter.
Oh, that sucks. But then, yeah.
I mean, that's 17, right?
Yeah, 17 will hit it, won't it?
Well,
About
I'm,
to
You
say-
only re-roll the d20. You don't get to re-roll all
Oh.
your shit.
yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, yeah.
All your other dice are what you rolled the first time.
Yeah, that's why I said it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Running on fumes at the minute.
that's fine. So yeah,
I'm running on alcohol.
Rhyvarax does have to make a con save versus a moonbeam.
Holy
Big
shit.
fail.
God Christ almighty. There's like such a low chance that he
Does he-
fails that too.
Does he get
At the
extra
end of this, can we
vulnerable?
tally up how much moonbeam damage he's taken? Because I want to know what the total is.
Jesus
Another
Christ.
38.
Yeah, another
rage
38.
damage. Oh my god.
How does
Holy
he look?
crap.
Does he look fine?
Melt.
Jake
He's
is
looking
like-
pretty rough at this point. Demons do not suffer from being bloody because they don't have blood in them. But yeah, he looks very rough from especially the
Disheveled.
radiance you guys have done to him. At the
Where was all
start
this
of
radiance when we were fighting the vampires.
his turn, I know, yeah, right.
Kept on
We didn't have any
it
spells then.
Yeah, we didn't.
You can
Although he
see
kept dodging
Zach
around Moonbeam.
being engulfed, the pincers like moving him into the gullet as Rhyvarax just swallows him whole. That is the only thing he can do this turn.
Alright.
But yeah, Zach is consumed.
No, Zach.
My friend, no,
Buddy.
maybe
Stop,
we all
wait,
forgot
come back.
Zach.
I
Maybe
think
Zach's
damage,
been a
right?
long time best friend of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's the same thing as me. I take damage,
Yeah.
right, at the top of my turn?
Resistant to fire. So yeah, it's still just 4.
Sure. I sort of lock eyes with Acrio through a hole that's been burned in Rhyvarax across from him, and I get into flanking. Sort of lock eyes with him, and in rhythm start sort of working with Acrio, even though fighting with a stranger. Sad.
Who are you?
Yes.
Shut up, Tristan!
Shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
hit.
And he looked at me, and I looked at him.
And that's with the magic
So just-
one. Nice.
As I just slide my blade into a hole and let him move around so that he carves a chunk out of himself.
Oh, you're
Mhm.
spiralizing him.
And I'll disengage and move back because I'm
Okay.
a pussy.
Just far enough, you start to feel the heat dissipate from around you. And Acrio, having been on the other side of working in tandem.
I chose necrotic instead of fire.
Okay.
Well, I chose the
So-
necrotic.
Max.
10 total.
Right off the bat, spiritual weapon, beat him over the head. Yep. 10 force damage.
Nice.
Start moving this way. Do we know what his reach is with attacking? Have I seen him attack at 10 feet?
You've not.
It's just his
um,
vibes go that far, I think.
And spells still have advantage against him?
Yes. Well, let me see actually at the end of his turn. Int save. Actually, no, they do not.
He
Oz
deserves
finally
it.
did it.
Only fair, really.
Yeah, what's it been like 5 turns? Yeah, I'll just do a normal hammer attack. Oh, hey, look at that.
That will
Another
hit.
14 bludgeoning.
Jesus. Okay.
When you were on about him having vulnerability to angelic weapons, you said the flail, right?
It is an angelic, blessed moon silver weapon. Yeah.
Cool beans. And I'm currently concentrating on something, so it is empowered. So as I
Oh, speaking of, Acrio, could you make a concentration check for your
Thank
magic
you.
weapon spell?
Yes.
Ooh.
You know, Cillian does enough damage. I'm going to use my human determination on that one. There we go. Let's keep that up.
yeah, we want the rogue
Just being hit with the
empowered,
fire
please.
and the death aura around you, you maintain focus.
As I step closer, I'm gonna have the spiritual weapon bonkaroo. Oh, fucking hell for that.
Murder.
Damage, please. And then, as I'm up in the business, flanking with Acrio, I think, I'm going to bunkaroo with the moon silver flail. Chicka chipad! No, I'm not.
Ooh.
Flanking?
Yeah, flanking in the aura.
And Cithabella.
Oh, yeah, so d4 plus a d6, right?
Don't do a Zach and roll.
17?
17 is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
enough.
Nice!
Okay. 10 bludgeoning!
That is doubled to 20.
Nice! Murder!
Murder! And I'm not even proficient with that bitch.
He is not looking good at all.
It's like, for you, there's a second boss phase. Let's go.
Stop, Ben!
Yeah, that's when the mythic actions trigger.
No, Jake, please. God.
the harpoons again. Higher up. Okay. That would be the last one. I'm contemplating spending a hero point. Oh, actually, I still have... we get inspiration for successfully doing the skill try, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let me do that first. Get this to... No. So, hero point it is, I guess.
Yep. Just roll 3 or higher.
So,
Roll a 2.
let's see. Should be exactly.
It is exactly what you need.
Cool, if it will roll.
And,
12.
Okay, 12.
Yes. And once more dex save. Please.
Not at disadvantage because he's no longer spellbound.
Yeah. Okay.
Just rips back from that one.
Sigrid's not helping to, give
Cool,
someone
yeah.
advantage.
Bird continues to spin around and flit in his space. You can see that the heat doesn't seem to bother him, but he is taking some necrosis and probably going to have to yeet himself out in the not too distant future.
A dead bird dropping from the sky. Bruh.
It's like looking at a bird, just the paw still twitching, the claw still twitching, like, eh.
It's like a pigeon flying against a window.
Like, I have just one dying word. Bitch.
So, apart from the one person I can't see, is there anyone who's bloodied?
I might have just passed it, I realized. Yeah, just with like one hit point. I am
bleeding
bloodied.
pretty bad. Everyone else, like you can see Acrio's getting there, but kind of everyone who's up next to this thing, definitely burns starting to form on their skin and patches of like King Viserys disease.
Tasty disease.
But Cillian definitely looks the worst.
I only have 4 sorcery points left. Should I go for... She definitely doesn't want Cillian to die right now. Yeah, let's go for it. Healing word. 14.
Back to max.
Nice.
With a single word from Asuriel, just let every single one of his wounds seal up.
And yeah, let's go my sliver. Aww.
Thing is actually remarkably intelligent when it's not spellbound, so Rhyvarax just pushes that back.
That will be it then.
Cithabella will charge back down into this aura of death, seemingly like aiming to get this human out of the jaws of Rhyvarax. She will try to cut his face open.
And should have it. Okay, doesn't need it.
Yeah, doesn't even need it. I know.
Crit.
Maybe she
try.
crits,
Crit.
yeah?
Crit. Aww.
Nope.
Still pretty good.
26
great.
plus 16 is 42.
Yep.
She's not really helping that much.
You can
She's
see
doing okay.
this great sword just cleave off half of the exterior of Rhyvarax, as you can see now inside Zach as he's like starting to burn. His hair's like about to ignite, but Amrita's up first.
You know what? This might not work, but I'm gonna try and eye bite this son of a bitch anyway.
Okay.
Alright, she will try and make it fall unconscious. So I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn.
That's a 7.
Yes, motherfucker! Yeah!
Shit, Ramus, if you wanted an opening, now's it.
Yeah, all of you can see the goat-like eye in the center of Amrita's head glowing more intensely. It's like the fire within Rhyvarax dims. It's still incredibly hot for Zach, but he can just feel the motion as he's being swayed inside this, and you all watch as the worm unfurls and smacks into the ground. Still alive, but unconscious.
Zach, you might want to get out of there. Remus, this might help you out, I don't freaking know.
Alright, how much damage do I take?
So, at the start of your turn, you need to make a Constitution saving throw. This says check,
shit.
but I'm going to change that because it should actually have been a saving throw.
All right. A 10.
You are still blessed. I don't know if that'll help you though.
That is bless. Let's do a hero point. Okay, 16.
It's a DC 17, so
Fuck. All right.
Fuck.
Oh, well,
Oh,
how much
but-
damage should I
but
take?
That's
I'm
7
still,
fire.
I'm still
but yeah,
in the
you are
aura,
resistant.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, within the aura. So what would be 7 is instead just 3 points of fire damage.
And I don't take damage from his aura, right? Because I'm inside.
Correct.
Okay. Nobody's paying attention to York, but York right here is just kind of reaching for the back of his head, and then he just rips, and suddenly they switch places.
Nice.
You slept on that.
Okay.
Fucking buried the lead with that.
Yeah, let me
Hashtag Echo Knight.
you get that. Yep, Echo Knight bonus action.
Hashtag
You just
Echo Knight.
replace places.
Shit. All right.
Okay.
The physical flesh of Zach just is peeled outside of his ghostly brother's form as the two of them, switch, and Zach, still bloodied and singed, is, standing behind Voltan.
Oh, York, sorry, sorry, but we're switching places. And Zach's gonna walk over here, kind of like all bloodied, while York's gonna hit this guy with a warhammer. Let's see. He doesn't get
Will
blessed.
he wake up if he's? Is he gonna wake up if you attack him?
I mean,
Yeah,
what
I
else
think
can we
so.
do?
Yeah.
Well-
That moonbeam's about to do some work. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's right. Okay, well, if that's the case, York's gonna hit him then. I don't think he gets any bonuses though. Since
No,
he didn't
but I think
start
it
his
should
turn.
be advantage because he's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Is it?
York, however, is restrained within, so it cancels out.
If you read,
Oh yeah.
wait, hold up.
Right.
Okay.
Echoes are immune to all conditions.
Oh shit. Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
Alrighty
Yeah.
then.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Put
yeah,
that advantage on it, my guy.
Ah, yes, I I am in the demon.
Yeah.
Oh well, might as well
Ghosts-
start stabbing.
Ghosts can
I
pass
am
through
a
walls.
ghost
They can't be
inside
restrained
the
by
demon.
shit.
Yeah.
Does
Damn
not
it.
matter though. All right.
I'm so
But-
sad because it finally
Silver
worked.
lining, he didn't take damage.
He's about to get roasted by a moonbeam.
Rhyvarax is unconscious. Not at spellbound. Still
Oh.
fails.
All right, let's go.
19.
I'm
Aw.
not gonna be happy when he wakes up though.
You can all see the light of the silver moon above you shining down on Rhyvarax as he's unable to move. It's almost just like a twitch with the ghost of York inside him just kind of like starts to crawl out as it looks like he starts to burn. The light creating smoke off of Rhyvarax's form as he's unable to move, just bathed in the moonlight. And then those of you who are familiar with mana recognize that it's not smoke, it's his black essence just starting to dissipate and fade. There you can see almost the fiery core within just starting to melt out on the street. And Rimus lights several candles in this circle in front of him and says, "You might want to stand back."
Stand back.
Heck.
Just grab everyone and just.
Yeah, Voltan will just move next to Remus, next to the rest of the people.
Yeah, he's standing with Lorelei.
Yeah, we need to move. We need to go. We need to move.
As the radiant damage begins to tear Rhyvarax apart and he dissipates, the power of the restless eye is weakened and he does become conscious momentarily, just letting out this like blood-curdling screech. But it's not enough before the pieces of him start to slump off, this black ash, almost like it's wet ash just falling to the ground. You can see in front of Remus this circle. The whole thing ignites. The chalk becomes this glowing ring and it is a teleportation circle that opens up, and you see Grimace just step back, and with a quick flourish, he would hold up this small coil of copper wire. It almost looks like a spring, and as he unfurls it, speaking into it, he just says, "Everything is in place. Do it now." The teleportation circle opens up. Almost immediately, these figures start to step through. The first of which is almost like this skeletal being with some kind of armor and the eyes glowing this intense purple. Another one follows, a handful of them, before you see this woman. She is draped in purple, not clad for battle at all, but across her face is this incredibly fine knitted chain mail like veil on her face. She is surrounded by a burst of purple mana and electricity as you all finally lay eyes on the veiled herself. Before the chain veil
Wait a minute.
emits this wave of power. It's invisible, but you can all feel it. It's like a boom of thunder somewhere in the distance, but it's right next to you at the same time. Just a torrent across the street, and Rhyvarax is just dispelled into sparks and nothingness as every bit of his mana is not just dispelled, but eviscerated. The magic itself is like a crater. Those of you who feel it around you with Arcana, it's like a wound where there's nothingness, there's a void. And that's where we're going to drop the curtain on this week's session.
Hey.
I fucking knew it was her. God damn it.
Alrighty. Gotta skedaddle because
Yeah, it's kind of late.
tomorrow. It's like getting close to midnight.
Yeah.
That was fucking
I
dope.
am
Catch you
tired.
guys later.
I need to head out too. That was fun though. Holy shit.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, those were some clutch crits for
Did
real.
we?
Yeah.
We did it, right? We did it.
I mean,
think we
wrenches
wrenches
fucking
are gonna
did
be
it.
thrown.